Right, guys, welcome to the big one. It's the Springboks up against Scotland in the Rugby World Cup 2023. And in 43 minutes, it will be the kickoff to this game between the Springboks and Scotland in Pool B. It's considered the pool of death, and it's there for a reason because it's three of the top teams in the world in this group. And this one, a very important game for the Springboks if they want to progress to the quarterfinals and defend their title. It's going to be a massive one, guys, and welcome again to each and every one of you who's watching this one today. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic game between the Springboks and Scotland today. Peter Reuters says he can't wait. Not yet our best team, but everyone in the squad is good enough. And then my path for healthy living a while back said, come on, Bokke, let's show we are the Rugby World Cup champion cup holders. Let's keep it that way. Why not make a habit of keeping this trophy? And then 420 Frosty says, I was having a heart attack that I couldn't find a live website and I'm stuck at work till I realized my savior, Mr. Guru, existed. Thanks, 420 Frosty. So, as always, guys, let me know in the comment section where you guys are watching from and who you think is going to win this game. I do have a poll up on the channel as well. I was very cheeky and put the South Africa to win by 1 to 10, 11 to 20, or 20 plus, or a Scotland upset. So let me know there in the poll as well who you guys think is going to walk away. We've got 21 votes so far, with 67% of the votes going for an 11 to 20 point victory today for the Springboks. Ruben Labuskaghni says, Middag Guru, ek hoop jou stem hou uit vanaand. Ek voel dit gaan 'n riller wees. And then Anton Engelbrecht says, South Africa for sure. Johan Fritz says, watching from Taiwan. So keep it coming, guys. Normally we got a lot of support from all over the world. So looking really forward to this one. Still early days here. We are going to go through the two team lineups and see how they mix and match up together against each other in this build-up to the start of this game. So, without further ado, let's go and have a look at the Springboks side. What I'll do is I'll bring up each player here from South Africa. And in the front row, we've got Steven Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx, and Frans Malherbe. Just remember, if there's any changes that I'm not aware of, we can easily change that. So as of print, this is the side that will be taking on Scotland today. So Steven Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx, and Frans Malherbe, they're in the front row. An absolutely formidable front row, this one, and probably considered the best in world rugby at the moment. It's going to be a tough day at the office for Scotland, especially that we've got replacements galore in Bonambi and Trevor Nyakane and Oxnard still to come. We are blessed with forwards, and I think Kitshoff, the best loosehead prop in world rugby. Malcolm Marx, easily the best hooker in world rugby. And then Frans Malherbe has shown over the course of the 2 seasons that he can also be considered as the best started prop in world rugby at the moment. So South Africa are blessed with 3 wonderful players there in the front row. If we move up to the lock combination for South Africa today, Eben Etzebeth and Franco Mostert, it's another area in the game where we are really blessed with quality play. And Etzebeth, for me, the world's best player at the moment, along with Franco Mostert, Mr. Reliable, very underrated in South Africa in bits and parts. But this guy, out when he comes onto the field, he gives 110%. And I can't wait to see this combination in action today for the Springboks. If we go and have a look at the loose trio combination for South Africa today, we've got Siya Kolisi, Peter Steph-Tutoy, and Jasper Wiese as a loose trio combination. Another brilliant combination there with Siya Kolisi playing some of his best rugby since returning from injury. And we can't even see a sign of that injury from Siya Kolisi as he's playing his heart out at the moment for South Africa. Peter Steph-Tutoy, like always, wasn't player of the year for nothing a couple of seasons back. He's starting to regain his best form now for South Africa. And then obviously Jasper Wiese keeping out Dwayne Vermeulen and keeping a very good player at home in Ea van Roos. So a big, tough task ahead of him today for Jasper Wiese. Dwayne Vermeulen will be on the bench today, and it's going to be a phenomenal outing for the South African side. Let's just see a couple of comments that coming in. Dr. Neil Wilson says, in the Central Kalahari, admiring a pride of 14 strong lions, just like the Bokke. Watch out, Scotland and other opposition. And then Barry says, I'm watching from Elizabeth. Thanks, Guru. Our boys will make it. So keep it coming, guys. So that's the loose trio, and that's the forwards for South Africa today. I think we're going to have an absolutely fantastic game up front with the likes of Kits of Martin Malherbe, and then Etzebeth, the enforcer, and Franco Moster, the hard-working lock forward, with the captain, Sia Kulisi, Peter Steftetue, and Jasper Wiese there. If we move to the back line, Faf de Klerk is playing in his 50th test today for South Africa, alongside Manny Libbok. And this is going to be a very important combination going forward in the World Cup. Obviously, we know the experience of Faf de Klerk, and then Libbok still a little bit green, but he's shown his true class since he's become a Springbok number 10. The backline of the South African side are really running racket against all the opposition, and Manny Libbok has certainly brought a bit of new life into the South African side as well. It is the only concern that we might have with Manny Libbok is the goal-kicking department, but we need to trust him like Rassie and Jacques Ninabe is trusting him here at the moment. It's incredible to have this quality side, and the halfback combination, I feel, is the right combination here for South Africa at the moment. Clinton Leal says at least 5 or 6 of our forwards should be named in the World 15. Well, you'd be surprised when they pick that team that you'll end up with 1 or 2 of our players in the end. I don't know how they do that categories in the end of the day, Clinton, but I definitely agree with you on that one. If we move up to the center combination here for today's game, Dia Lendi and Jesse Krill in the midfield. A lot of people have asked for Andre Esterhuizen and Cannon Moody, but Cannon Moody unfortunately out injured today, and he won't be able to play. But Dia Lendi also been given the vice captaincy role for this World Cup. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether Andre Esterhuizen will play any big part in this competition, probably against lesser opposition maybe, but who knows? He has been knocking that door down, and there's always an opportunity for him to do so. But I think these 2 players will stand up today and really lift their hands up and prove to the coaching staff that they will be the center combination that will be there for South Africa during this competition. My path for healthy living says, don't know how it's possible to be a Springbok, yet there's no Springboks on the front of the jersey. Every single rugby side has theirs on the front and their heart. And that is a real shame. My path for healthy living. I refuse to buy the new World Cup jersey. I'll rather end up buying the jersey that they played in earlier this year in the Rugby Championship. If we move up to the back three for South Africa in this game, we've got Cheslin Colby, Kurtley Arends, and Damian Willems as the back three. And it should be a tantalizing battle there at the back, especially with Scotland also having some great runners in Duan van der Merwe and Darcy Graham and Blair Kinghorn. But I expect these two to really twinkle toe. All three of them really very light on their feet, very agile and very versatile in their positions, so they can switch. Basically, any one of these can switch to fullback. And Damian Willems, a very good inside center and fly off as well. So looking to see how these three play together at the back. Obviously, the bench for South Africa today, another area where we're very, very strong and blessed with incredible talent there. Bongi Bunambi, Oxnashire, Trevor Nyakane, Archie Snyman, Marco van Staden, Dwayne Vermeulen, Grant Williams, and Willie Leroux forming the bench for South Africa today. And it's going to be incredible to see the likes of Archie Snyman come off as a replacement. Oxnashire, Dwayne Vermeulen, Willie Leroux, Grant Williams, quality all around in that Springbok side. And as good as Scotland is, I can't see them beat South Africa today unless something horribly goes wrong today. Caden Pierce says Scotland let win Scotland. We'll have to wait and see about that one, Caden. But a very formidable Springbok side here, and one that I'm really looking forward to see play as well. We will be bringing up the Scottish side in just a second, but let me know your thoughts on the Springbok side. We probably can still pick a stronger side than the one that we've got here, and that is really frightening as far as the opposition will go, knowing that we can still even bring on a stronger side than the one that we've got here today. We will line up the Scottish side here, and we'll start with the front row. We've got Piers Skuman, George Turner, and Xander Fagerson there in the front row for them. A very good pack of forwards here as well, but definitely not in the same quality as the Springboks up front. It's very hard to match the Springboks up front, and it's Piers Skuman and Xander Fagerson who's going to have to try and do that. Obviously, Piers Skuman, a former South African Blue Bulls player, and he knows the setup. I think he might have been considered as a Springbok if he didn't make the move over. I was very disappointed when he did go to Scotland, but I'm glad that he's went that side. At least he does get game time in Scotland. And we all know that Xander Fagerson is a quality player. George Turner, just so much, a really good hooker. And it will be interesting to see how that matchup between Marks and George Turner will go. If we look at the lock combination here for Scotland today, you've got Richie Gray and Grant Gilchrist as the lock combination. I think they are going to struggle quite a bit against South Africa today, but you just never know. This is World Cup rugby. Lance Brown says that back three is fantastic, referring to Colby and Kurtley Arends and Willems. Andre says, thanks, Guru. Thanks for the commentary. My path for healthy living says the heat will play in how the two teams will play. Very hot there. It's going to be sweaty. Caden Pierce, obviously a big Scotland supporter. As Spalding says, 1910 to South Africa. Clinton Leon says a good side. If money not kicking well, they must hand it over to Willems. Shark Prince says, yes, my chom, hoe lyk dinge? Ja, ons gaan 'n bietjie Afrikaanse kap vandag. Afhangende van hoe dit gaan, mense. Caden Pierce sê 26-10 to Scotland. Lance Brown says Cheslin kicks better for me. And then also Clinton agrees that Cheslin is the man to kick. So, the lock combination of Richie Gray and Grant Gilchrist will be an interesting one to watch. I just don't think that they've got what it takes to physically match Etzebeth and Mostert today. But again, these guys should be in incredible peak form, and it shouldn't be a problem. And if they're good enough, they will be able to match us. If we look at the loose trio of this Scottish side, it's Richie, the captain, as well as Jack Dempsey. And then also we've got Rory Darch there on the number 7 jersey. So Jamie Ritchie, Rory Darch, and Jack Dempsey, the loose, the back three for Scotland in the forwards. I'm a little bit concerned about Jamie Ritchie and the way that he's able to steal ball on the ground. But I think Kolisi and Pieterstef the Tway should be able to keep him at bay. While Jack Dempsey is a very good, strong runner and always looking to bash it up. While I don't know too much about Rory Darch, the newcomer in this Scottish side as well. We go and have a look at the halfback pairing. And this one is a very good combination for Scotland today. It is Ben White and Finn Russell in that halfback combination. We all know how good Finn Russell is, and Manny Libbok will be tested today against the magician in Finn Russell. Ben White tends to clear the ball very good at the base of the ruck, but he could struggle today if South Africa is going to dominate up front at the breakdown, and especially in ruck situations. If we go and have a look at the centre combination here for Scotland, and another South African in the mix there for them, it's Sam Tuipoloto, or Sione Tuipoloto, and Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones, obviously from South Africa, now playing for Scotland. So a great opportunity for him to test his strength against a very formidable one in Dialendi and Kriel. Sione Tuipeloto, also the vice-captain of this Scottish side, and expect them to try and carry this ball up throughout this game. And if we go and have a look at the back three for Scotland here today, it's also a very good one. And Duan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham, and Blair King on there in the back three for Scotland. Duan van der Merwe I consider as one of the best wings at the moment, with Darcy Graham very good, very agile, and very versatile as well. Blair Kinghorn can switch between fullback and fly off at any given time. So a quality player there as well for Scotland. And looking forward to see how the matchup between them and the back three of South Africa will go. If we look at their bench real quickly, they've got a quality bench as well, is this Scottish side. If we run through that, Dave Sherry, Jamie Barty, VP Nell, Scott Cummings, Matt Ferguson, Ollie Price, Cameron Redpath, and Ollie Smith. Especially look out for Dave Sherry as well as the likes of Ollie Price and Cameron Redpath. Quality players there, with Ollie Smith, the destined replacement for the now retired, what was his name? Can't get my mind, can't think at this stage. Just such an important one for South Africa. But Ollie Smith is an incredible player as well, a youngster coming through the ranks for this Scottish side. Let's go and have a look at a few more comments coming in. Glenn Neal says 33-21 to the Bokke. And also Dr. Neil Wilson says, thanks to the great commentary crew that reaches some of the wildest, most remote places. We'll donate ASAP. Thanks, Dr. Neil. And then my name is Mike Sikomi Bokke. Shark Francis Lukanya is in studio with Super Sport. Yeah, so Lukanya, I'm ruled out, injured as well. Netsie says Bokke. Shark Francis, good. Ek het ook 'n boxshot vir al as die Bokke try druk. Nie vandag vir my Shark Brain. Ek moet nog vanaand ry, so ja, na die Wallis Fiji game moet ek nog die pad vat. So ongelukkig is daar niks boxshots vir my vandag nie. Jorina Free says, hallo Guru van Durban. Jy die mikrofoon praat in die manne se ore. En dan Alan Con say hello from Kerala in India. Go Bokke. And then Oink South Africa says, well, is that France 17, South Africa 35? So, yeah, thinking maybe a bit of a head towards the final of the Rugby World Cup there, Oink South Africa. But, yeah, it's a very formidable squad here, and really looking forward to see what both teams can bring to the party today. We're about, almost, give or take 20 minutes away from kickoff in this game. And really looking forward to this one. I can't tell you guys how long I've waited for this one. We've had a lot of games before this one started. So really looking forward to this one now as we go and take a look again at the South African lineup here. We'll bring it up on the screen there. So the back line for South Africa there, Damian Willemse, Cheslin Colby, and Kurtley Arends as the back three, with Dialendi and Jesse Kriel in the midfield. And then Faf de Klerk and Manny Libbok forming the halfback combination for South Africa. We go and have a look at the forwards, and I think this is where South Africa will outplay and outsmart the Scottish side today. Up front, we've got Kitshoff, Marks, and Malherbe. Lock combination of Etzebeth and Franco Mostert. And then Sia Kulisi, Peter Steph de Toey, and Jasper Wiese as the back or the loose trio. Sharpbrain asks, begin die game 17:30. Nee, die wedstryd gaan kwart voor 6 afskop. Sharpbrain. So yeah, that's the forwards for South Africa. We'll cross over in a bit of Afrikaans in just a bit, but let's go and look at the replacement bench for the South African side, and another area where we could blow this Scottish side to pieces today. Pongi Bonambi, Oxley Shear, Trevor Nyakane, RG Snyman, Marco van Staden, Dwayne Vermeulen, Grant Williams, and Willie Leroux there, all quality players, and really looking forward to see what they can bring to the party. Leiden says hello from Shanghai. Go South Africa. Lance Brown says supporting the Boks all the way from Uitenhage in the Eastern Cape. Koenie Ackerman says hello Guru, ek is ingeskakel en sien uit na 'n goeie game. Stef de Tooi sal vir Russell jag net om die skotte se spasie te beperk. Hoop jy het genoeg water in die keel. Baie kommentaar vandag. Ja nee, definitief. Daar's nie 'n manier wat ek gaan sak op hierdie ene nie, Koenie. So terwyl ons in Afrikaans is, kom ons gaan kyk 'n bietjie na die Suid-Afrikaanse span hierso, 'n bietjie in Afrikaans vir die mense daar in Afrikaans. So die skakelpaar hier vir Suid-Afrika, Manny Libbok en Faf de Klerk. Faf de Klerk speel in sy 50ste wedstryd vandag vir Suid-Afrika en ek is seker hy gaan daai plan van Jacques Nienaber tot perfeksie uit dinges. Ek dink ons gaan 'n bietjie baie skop vandag, baie hoë skoppe. Ons gaan Skotland toets met daai Appenanders, Gary Owens en verwag Cheslin Kolbe en Kurtley Arendse, veral Kurtley Arendse wat so goed is onder die hoë bal om vir Skotland kwaai aan te val met daai ligskoppe. Dan die senterkombinasie hierso vir Suid-Afrika, Damian Dialendi en Jesse Kriel. Ek weet daar's baie ondersteuners wat gevoel het dat Andre Estreisen en Cannon Moody met die senterkombinasie wees, maar Cannon Moody ongelukkig uit. En ons kyk na die dynamic van die span hierso, en Dialendi en Jesse Kriel kom nou al 'n lang tyd saam. So dit maak net sin om die twee saam te speel hier vandag en hopelik sal hulle 'n fantastiese wedstryd ook hê. Dialendi wat nou ook die onderkaptein van die Springboks span is. So dit gaan baie moeilik wees vir Andre Estreisen om in daai beginspan in te stap. En dan die agterste drie natuurlik Damian Willemse, Cheslin Kolbe en Kurtley Arendse. Wat 'n fantastiese agter drie daarso vir Suid-Afrika. Hulle kan aftrap, hulle kan skop, hulle kan hardloop, hulle kan tackle, hulle kan basies alles doen en hulle doen dit alles op spoed. So ek dink dit is waar Skotland vandag in so 'n bietjie moeilikheid ook gaan wees. As ons kyk daar na die voorspelers van Suid-Afrika, Steven Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx en Frans Malherbe, hulle word gesien as die beste voorry in die wêreld op die oomblik en dit is baie moeilik om te stry met dit. En dan het ons nog Trevor Jekani en Oxfordshire en Bongi Benambi wat nog moet opkom ook. So kry die skotte jammer wanneer ons daar in die voorspelers gaan begin speel. Eben Etzebeth en Franco Mosterdani, die slotkombinasie. Etzebeth vir my die speler van die jaar sover. Wat 'n fantastiese eyster van 'n speler is Etzebeth en Franco Mostert. Baie onderskatte in Suid-Afrika se geleedere, 'n geleentheid vir hom nou vandag om eens en vir altyd die monde stil te maak wat hom kritiseer. Natuurlik Siya Kolisi, Pieter Stef de Tooi en Jasper Wiese daar in die agterste lostrio. Siya Kolisi wat fantasties gespeel het teen die All Blacks, skaars 'n teken van sy besering wat oorbly. Pieter Stef de Tooi, speler van die jaar so 'n paar jaar terug en 'n eyster van 'n verdediger. Hy maak gewoonlik die meeste tackles op die veld. So ek verwag definitief dat hy gaan definitief een van daai spelers weer wat 'n groot impak gemaak vandag. En dan Jasper Wiese natuurlik speel onder groot druk op die oomblik. Hy's nog nie sover sy beste vorm die jaar vir die Bokke gegee nie. Dwayne Vermeulen wat in sy nek blaas en natuurlik is daar nog Evan Roos ook wat agtergebly het, tuis gebly het. Die manne soos Kwagga Smit wat gaan druk vir daai posisie. So hy gaan moet uithaal en wys. Maar wat 'n fantastiese pak voorspelers. Ek dink die Bokke gaan definitief met hulle probeer werk. Lyn staan het ons nie 'n probleem nie. Scrums het ons nie 'n probleem nie. Ek dink ons moet die losbal beweging so 'n bietjie gebruik vandag teen die skotte. Baie balle opsit. Die agterlyn sal seker maak dat hulle die bal terugkry vir ons en van daar af kan ons aanval en hulle so stadig maar seker afgrond toe bring. As ons kyk na die plaasvervangerbank van Suid-Afrika, Bongi Benambi, Oxfordshire en Trevor Jekani wat vir Kitshoff en Marx en Malherbe gaan vervang en daar in die tweede helfte kan nie wag om te sien hoe hulle die skot uit mekaar skram vandag hier. En dan RG Snyman wat ook nog 'n reuse wedstryd gespeel het teen die All Blacks, kan nie wag om te sien wat hy bring na die partytjie nie. Marco van Staden en daar wees die bal definitief stadiger te maak en balbesit te steel vir Suid-Afrika en dan Dwayne Vermeulen natuurlik met sy ervaring gaan definitief inklim onder die skotte en dan Grant Williams baie vinnig by die rakgebied en maak seker dat hy vinnig skoon maak. Hy kan definitief hardloop ook uitspoed om te bin. En dan Willie Leroux, die ervaring wat hy bring van die bank af is fenomenaal. So kan nie wag om te sien wat hierdie Suid-Afrikaanse span vir ons bring nie. Right, so for the English supporters that did tune in and didn't understand a word that I said, I do apologize, but we do have a lot of Afrikaans-speaking people here today, so we will split. The first 20 minutes will be in English, and the second 20 will be in Afrikaans. Second half, first 20 in English, and then the last 20 minutes in Afrikaans, depending on how the comment section goes, English or Afrikaans. Oink South Africa says, sorry, Guru, Scotland 17, South Africa 35, but a France-South Africa final is a good bet at this stage. Caden Pierce also again, Scotland. And then Martin says here in Remy Castile, home of Peter Steff. So, yeah, slow coming forward is the viewers today. About 235 people watching at the moment. Don't forget to press the like button and support the channel as well, guys. It's very hard to be a rugby YouTuber. We don't get a lot of support from YouTube as well. So all the support will be appreciated. Press that like button and subscribe as well. In Afrikaans, manne, druk daai groen knoppie. Dis die like knoppie. Hy like so. En ondersteun die kanaal. En moenie vergeet om te subscribe na die kanaal toe nie. Dit kos absoluut niks nie. As jy wil 'n member raak van die kanaal, kan jy net die join knoppie druk daar aan die onderkant. En dit kos so R20 om te join daar so. Jeremy Rogers says Afrikaans is okay. Caden Pierce natuurlik 'n groot Skotland. Kom ons gee hom die eer daar so. Sit vir Caden Pierce op. Definitief vol hoop vir sy span hier vandag. So again, a phenomenal day for rugby. Wayne Rabe says South Africa 52, Scotland 13, going for a walk-away victory for the Boks here. Let's go and have another look at the Scottish side real quickly. And let's bring up the backline first. And we'll have a look at their backline. So Blair Kinghorn, Darcy Graham, and Duan van der Merwe in the back three, with Hugh Jones and Sione Tuipulotu in the midfield, and in a halfback pairing of Ben White and Finn Russell. A very formidable backline, very good defensive backline, and they definitely can attack as well with the likes of Duan van der Merwe, Hugh Jones, and Darcy Graham. So a very good Scottish side here. They've grown over the years, and it's become a really good side as well. And definitely not the team that's going to be walked over easily, but we'll have to wait and see. The forwards there, the loose trio, Jack Dempsey, Rory Darch, and Jamie Ritchie. A lock combination of Grant Gilchrist and Richie Gray. And in the front row combination of Piers Skuman, George Turner, and Xander Fagerson. A very good, strong back and forwards as well. And I thought for a second that they could win the Six Nations earlier this year, but just wasn't to be. And now having a shot at the World Cup, could we see them upset Ireland down the line as well? But hopefully today, the Springboks will just be too strong for them. If we go and have a look at their bench, Dave Sherry, Jamie Barty, VPNL, Scott Cummings, Matt Fagerson, Ollie Price, Cameron Redpath, and Ollie Smith there for Scotland. So very good side, this one, and should be a really good contest as we get closer to the start of this game. Obviously, today we also got the referee, Angus Gardner, assistant referee, Sneaker, Amash Kelly, Jordan Way, and then the TMO, Ben Whitehouse. I'm very glad that they picked Ben Whitehouse as the TMO for today's game. I rate him very highly as a referee, and hopefully he will be, won't be needed, hopefully. And then Angus Gardner, obviously, not a favorite of the South Africans, but for me, one of the best referees out there. So looking forward to see what they can bring as well. Let's have a look at some more comments coming in. Koenie Ackerman sê, ek wil net noem dat ons dissipline sal moet goed wees op die veld met die bankerpaneel wat geel kaarte verwys. Willie Leroux, los die vraag vir die kaptein asseblief. Ja, nee, kyk, ek was, daar was die game vroeër tussen Japan en Chile, Ek was absoluut gegrief oor daai bunker decision wat gemaak was daar, so 'n geel kaart wat gegee was aan die kaptein van Chile. Hy was baie ongelukkig om daai geel kaart te kry. Gelukkig het hulle net gehou by 'n geel kaart en nie 'n rooi kaart gegee soos gisteraan vir Tom Curry nie, maar ek meen dis 'n reël wat wêreld rugby sal na moet kyk en ek dink hulle gee daai kaarte te maklik weg op die oomblik nie. So ek stem 100% mee saam daar. So Suid-Afrika sal hulle storie moet ken. Matthew Dixon says Scotland 70, box 3. Wow, that's a big one. Martha the Tlopa says Springboks will win 50-something. And then also Obi Sedgefield, Gemma of Garden Root says Guru, lekker man. Billy's reg rin fast. Scots are trembling to go before the box crushes. Is something self-sacrifice. But the Scotland up front. Ouch. Bokke by 10. Let's keep it green. Oppie Bokke. And then Clinton Leal says, I don't think this will be a runaway game for the Bokke. Scotland know they need to beat either South Africa or Ireland to progress. And then Oint South Africa says, lots of people expecting the Boks to clean up by huge margins. I think they're a better team than that. Predicting a 16-point margin. The Scots are no pushover. So with that said, my prediction for this game is South Africa to win by 17 points. That's what I did on my Super Brew as well. So hopefully South Africa can come away with that 17-point victory today. Jula says, have they started? And if so, what's the score? So they haven't started yet. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff here. And looking forward to this one. Clinton Leal there, giving the time for you guys. So at 5:45, the kickoff will be made. And looking forward to this one very much. As South Africa will be favourites to win this one. But it could go either way. The players now making it, well, I don't know if this is live, but they're making their way back through the tunnel after the warm-up. So we should be crossing over with them coming out soon through the tunnel as well. Philip Laram said, Bokke 27-13. Motivation for life says Bokke 37, Scotland 18. Well, and then Desmond Christian says, ek wens die Springbokke in Suid-Afrika alle voorspoed speel met oorgawe en met goeie dissipline en groot toewyding kan Suid-Afrika wen. Speel julle hart uit en maak Suid-Afrika trots. Desmond, dankie vir daai ene. Obi says Bokke should get minimum 3 interceptions. Moody, a hot runaway favourite. There's Mapimpi on. So Moody not playing. So too not Mapimpi today. It is Jesselyn Colby, Kitty Arends on the wings today. Tessa Barnard says sterk the Bokke. And then Steve Bell says Scotland will try to keep it tight. That's all they ever do and try to nick it. Yeah, look, if there's ever an opportunity for Scotland to beat us, I guess, well, unfortunately for them, we've got a very good side. But this is, I think, the best Scotland side that they've ever had in a very long time since the professional era. I don't think Scotland will ever be better than this. They might grow in a couple of years' time, but at the moment, this is definitely their strongest side they could have fielded in the last couple of seasons. Oink South Africa, do you have a block, Guru? Unfortunately not, Oink South Africa. So it's something that I wanted to do, but I just haven't been able to get around to it. Jula says, thanks, but I'm not predicting any score, just as long as the Boks win even by 1 point. Mario Draguner says, Bokke 62-21. That's a groot score daar so vir die Bokke. En ja, mens weet nooit wat kan gebeur nie. As ons die All Blacks kan 'n pak gee, dan wie Skotland nou dien. Maar ek weet nie wie die skare voor gaan skree vanaand hier. Dit gaan moeilik wees. Weet jy of Frankryk se skare vir Skotland gaan skree nie en of hulle vir die Bokke gaan nie. Daar's definitief natuurlik baie Suid-Afrikaanse ondersteuners ook daarso. So hopelik kan ons dit deurtrek. Maar dit gaan 'n groot wedstryd wees. Die Orange Velodrome, die stadium waar die Bokke speel vandag. Moenie vergeet om te gaan vote die mense. Ons het so omtrent 184 votes daarso. Ek het gesê die Springbokke om te wen met 1 tot 10, 20% van die mense sê Hulle gaan met 1 tot 10 punte wen. 33% sê 11 punte tot by 20, en dan 37 sê 20 plus, en dan 10% sê Skotland gaan hierdie wedstryd wen. So kom ons kyk wat gaan gebeur daar, so mense. Suid-Afrika se eerste wêreldbeker wedstryd, en hopelik kan ons hom deurtrek teen 'n baie sterk Skotland span. Hopelik is ons reg vir die ene Rassie en Jacques Nienaber wat hulle storie sal moet ken hierso in hierdie ding is. Scotland will want to show the world that Six Nations was not a fluke. They're going to bring everything, so it's going to be all about which Springbok squad pitches up. And that is true. Hopefully, South Africa will show up with their ambitions to really run this team to their feet. I'm just going to put the Springbok side up just like that real quickly. So, in the back three, Damian Willemse, Kurtley Arendse, and Cheslin Colby. Very formidable back three here for South Africa. Probably not our first choice, with Villiers probably going to slot in at fullback at some stage. And then don't know if Cannon Moody or Mapimpi will. And then the midfield combination of Jesse Kriel and Damian Dialendi. Dialendi now the vice captain of South Africa. So it will be really hard for Andre Esterhuizen or anybody else to get that one over them. Jesse Kriel playing in a big test for him. He's been very underrated over the course of time, and hopefully he can step up. He did step up against the All Blacks a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully he can continue that form. And in the halfback combination of Manny Libbok and Faf de Klerk. Since Manny Libbok has become the flyer for South Africa, we've seen the Springboks run quite a lot more and get the backline away. Nothing against Andre Pollard. He's got his class acts, all skills on his own, but Libbok has been really good, aggressive attacking player. And yeah, it is what it is. Will we see Andre Pollard at the World Cup at some stage? I'm not so sure, but we'll have to wait and see. And then Faf de Klerk obviously playing in his 50th test today for the Springboks as well. Forwards-wise, we've got Jasper Wiese, Peter Steph and Sia Khaleesi as the loose trio. A very, very good loose trio with Jasper Wiese. Must have a big game today because Dwayne Vermeulen is breathing down his neck, and so too is Kwagga and the rest of the side. Peter Steph is always a workhorse on the field, and then Captain Sia Khaleesi will be leading this team by an example. The lock combination, Etzebeth and Mostert today. Etzebeth, as always, will try and force his discipline on Scotland, while Franco Mostert will do the donkey work like he always do. Then the front row, Frans Malherbe, Malcolm Marx, and Steven Kitshoff. What a front row combination this is for the Springboks. On the bench, we got Bongi Bonambi, Oxnashire, Trevor Nyakane, Ergia Snyman, Marco van Staden, Dwayne Vermeulen, Grant Williams, and Willie Leroux. Such great players, and we are really blessed with so much talent in this Springbok side as well. Some more comments coming in there as well. Let's see. Where did we leave off? So Lawrence Riera said 52-10 for South Africa. Clinton Leal says agrees Scotland is playing brilliantly, currently ranked 5th. I think their highest ever ranking. And then Oink South Africa says get around to it, to the block. You know your game, monetize it. Thanks to the commentary. Thanks, Oink South Africa. Jeremy Rogers says the French are dangerous. They always come out with the weirdest things at the weirdest times. So we're not playing the French in Scotland today, Jeremy. Obi says, ouch, our magician, Cheslin Colby, pity Scotland met ons Springboks bok. En then Jula says, pas op vir daai manne wat die rokke drag en bagpipes blaas. Moenie hulle onderskat nie. Beide spanne wat nou op die veld gaan kom, hulle loop almal in tot by die tunnel. So kom ons kyk hoe gaan dit. Andre Pietje, is dit R35 donasie? Baie dankie, Andre. Waardeer dit opreg. Thank you so much, Andre. Really appreciate it. ETH says box 34, Scotland 17. That's about what I've got predicted there as well. Motivation for life says Bokke. Karel Maria says go Bokke, go, maak ons trots. Katima says Springbokke gaan pronk vandag. En Faf de Klerk wat op die veld draf vir sy 50ste toets hierso Lady Springbokke uit, Sia Kolisi agterna en ons maak reg vir 'n baie groot toets hierso tussen Skotland en Suid-Afrika. Jula says, go Bokke, go. My Path for Healthy Living says, what the heck? We're in that crap top again. What's next? Yeah, so they decided that both teams were going to play in their alternative kits, but Scotland playing in their normal kits, so don't know what happened there. John Hoffmeyer says, when Willie Root comes on, he must just shut up and play. And then Wayne Robbie is new member on the channel as well. Thank you so much for the support, Wayne. Really appreciate it as well. Right, so as per usual, the first 20 minutes we're going to do in English, the second 20 in Afrikaans, and then after halftime, we'll do English 20 minutes, Afrikaans again, 20 minutes towards the end. We've got water breaks every 20 minutes, so that's when we will switch it over as well. So getting ready for the national anthems here is the both teams now. So let's go and have a look at the Scottish side as well. Blair Kinghorn, Darcy Graham, and Duan van der Merwe. Very formidable back three. Hugh Jones and Sayoni Tuipolotto in the midfield. And then Finn Russell, Ben White as the halfback combination. Then forwards-wise, Jack Dempsey, Rory Darge, and Jamie Ritchie. Lock combination, Grant Gilchrist, Richie Gray. And in front row, Xander Ferguson, George Turner, and Piers Skuman. On the bench, they've got Dave Sherry, Jamie Barty, VPNL, Scott Cummings, Matt Ferguson, Ollie Price, Cameron Redpath, and Ollie Smith. And then obviously the referee for today, Angus Gardner, assisted by Nika Amaskuyeli, Jordan Way, and then the TMO, Ben Whitehouse from Wales. Lawrence Brown says, Lekker man, laat ons begin man. And then Desmond says, tackle the Scottish around the legs, because man without legs can't run. Remember the previous World Cup against Japan. Japan tackled the box around the legs. Right, so very close to kickoff here. Let's just run through the pictures of the Springbok side again. We've got that up. Kitsoff, Marks, and Malherbe, Etzebeth, Mostert, Kolisi, Tatoy, and Jasper Visser in the forwards. Backline there, Faf de Klerk, Manny Libok, Damien Dielendi, Jesse Creel, Cheslin Colby, Kirtley Aronson, Damian Willemse. The bench there for South Africa, Bongi Bunambi, Oxnashire, Trevor Yakane, Archius Snyman, Marco van Staden, Dwayne Vermeulen, Grant Williams, and Willie Leroux. As we got about 400 people watching, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe. We go and have a look at the forwards of Scotland once again, just one last time. So, that's actually the bench. So Dave Sherry there on the replacement for them. Jamie Barty, VPNL, Scott Cummings, Matt Ferguson, Ollie Price, Cameron Redpath, and Ollie Smith. The forwards there for Scotland. Piers Skuman, George Turner, Xander Ferguson, Grant Gilchrist, Richie Gray, Jamie Ritchie, Dempsey, and Rory Darge. With a backline then Duan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham, and Blair Kinghorn in the back three, Ben White and Finn Russell as a halfback combination, and Sione Tuipolotto and Hugh Jones in that midfield. We are currently busy with the national anthems, and the game will start in a couple of minutes anyway. So let's get that scoreboard on and get ready for this game between the Springboks and Scotland. Looking forward to a really good contest between the two sides today. Right, so about 475 people watching now. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe and show your support for the channel, guys. It costs you absolutely nothing to support the channel. Everything turns around. Libok says Katima. Latvaimana, Kurume Uras Bayo says Dion. And Mamania says, howdy, we shedding our load now at 6 o'clock. Is this real? Says awesome. Give the awesome guru a like. He's doing a fab job. Thanks. Is this real media? Right. South Africa will win by around 10 points. This is a World Cup, so don't throw Scots away, says Andrew Brigger. And then IDL says, yes, boys, let's go. So done with the national anthems. and ready to get this game underway, guys. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic contest. Greg Kukamur says, Guru, Boka, let's show them what we can do. Scotland here, we come with our beast team. So 550 people now has tuned in to watch this game between the Springboks and Scotland. Let's see where we end up today. Lamania says, I see the French when pre-recorded choir anthems, too scared to mess it up, I guess. And then Pieter Jacobus, baie dankie vir alles wat jy doen vir ons. Dankie, Pieter. And then Obi says, Bokke should not settle for colour running champs, should be given first choice. Why? We love our green and gold. Right, so it looks like it's going to be South Africa, the Springboks, to kick this game off for us. And don't forget to go and vote, guys. We've got around 300 votes now. South Africa with 20 points plus, according to the votes so far. Angus Gardner, the referee for today's game. Let's see how he's going to blow this one. Should be a really, really good game. South Africa going to kick off from right to left on our screens. So Manny Libbok will get this game underway. Hopefully, this will be the start of something special here. Kicking off from right to left is the Springboks. And Angus Gardner blows on his whistle and we're underway. Right, Libbok taking his time with the kick as well. So here we go. It's a high hanging kickoff from him. And knock on from Scotland early on. A chance now for South Africa as Dialendi takes it up to the 22-meter line. Now Faf de Klerk gets it out. Libbok now going with a little cross kick here. And it's the bounce of the ball is going to go into touch. So advantage over, says the referee. It will be a line out to Scotland. 5 meters inside the 22 of Scotland. Yeah, Blair Kinghorn knocking that ball on from the kickoff. Then Libbok going for that little cross kick. Didn't work out. Now they take it. Jamie Ritchie gets the ball out now. Finn Russell. Oh, it's been charged down by South Africa. But into touch again. 5 meters out from Scotland's try line. It was Franco Mostert who got that charge down on Finn Russell. So line out now on the 5 meter line. They throw it quickly over the top. They go. Well taken there by Jack Dempsey. 7 meters out from their own try line, for 10 meters out from the left-hand touch, right-hand touch line. Ben White waiting for it, goes to the box kick over the top. And that's going to find touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22 of Scotland. Right, so a line out now to the Springboks then. 1 minute and 40 seconds gone in this one. Malcolm Marx to throw this one in. Can South Africa get some early points here on the board today? Etzebeth takes it in now. Faf de Klerk, Manny Libbok gets the pass out to Jesse Krill. They go to Willemse. Now Khaleesi charging on over the 10-meter line. They go. Held up in a tackle by Duan van der Merwe. Right on the right-hand touchline now, South Africa. They get it back now. Libbok going with a cross kick. Well, no, that's a high kick from him. Did he go for a drop goal? I don't think so. Now, Phil Russell kicks that one away. And that's a brilliant kick from Phil Russell as it's going to roll all the way to the 10-meter line of South Africa now. Libbok gets it back to Willemse. He goes to a little up and under, chase down his own kick. The ball bounces. And Blair Kinghorn has got it now between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half. Ben White now, Finn Russell. Oh, Jesse Krill gets Jack Dempsey there. And now it's Hugh Jones who kicks it downfield. Straight down the middle they go. And South Africa now. Cheslin Colby now on the attack. What can he do with this? Running on the halfway line. Great tackle there from Jamie Ritchie. As the ball comes back to Kitshoff now. It's Jasper Wiese who takes it in on the halfway line for South Africa. Faf de Klerk now back to Peter Steff de Toey. Just setting it up over the halfway line. 5 meters from the left-hand touch line. Kitshoff again now. Straightening things up there. Just slowing things down a little bit now. De Klerk back to Libbok. Goes high into the air. The chase now coming from Kurtley Arendse. And that ball into the hands of Duan van der Merwe. He's going to get it back, and there's a little knock on from South Africa, says Angus Gardner. And with that, it is going to be a scrum down to Scotland. Right, so what a start to this game here. Can South Africa keep this up here in this game, putting Scotland under tremendous pressure at the moment? Doing a really good job at it as well is South Africa. Line out now, scrum down to Scotland here between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside their own half. South Africa's back 925 to 897 of Scotland, so about 28 kilos heavier than the Scottish side today. 4.5 minutes gone in this one. Can South Africa get a good scrum going early on? Right, scrum goes down, and what's Angus Gardner's call? They are going to reset the scrum here. Can South Africa get things going here? 340 votes, 41% says that the Springboks will win by more than 20 points here today. Scrum down to Scotland after a knock-on from South Africa. Right, Ben White to feed this one in. 5 minutes gone in this game. No score yet. Indy L says 28 kilos or more muscle. Right, so the feed here from White now. Right on the left-hand touchline here is Scotland at the moment. It's Dempsey off the back now. White gets it out to Finn Russell. They're going to run this from their own 22 now. Duan van der Merwe. He's going to be brought down to ground almost up to the 10-meter line of Scotland. And it looks like they're under big pressure here as Jasper Visser gets Ben White down on the ground. Under big pressure is Scotland now. But they've managed to regather that ball. Now Finn Russell gets it out. It's taken up by Richie Gray. That ball is out. Oh, no, says Angus Gardner. And it's a penalty against Kitshoff. So offside from South Africa is the call. And Finn Russell now can kick this downfield. Well, 6.5 minutes gone. What a start to this game we've had so far. 640 people watching. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. 6.5 minutes gone in this one. We've got a stoppage in play here as we're just waiting on one of the players to tie up their shoelaces. Remember to go and vote. 370 votes so far, saying that South Africa will win by 20 points plus. 40% of the votes so far. The kick from Finn Russell finds touch roundabout on the 10-meter line of South Africa. Right, will we see something special from them? Thrown in George Turner over the top, and it Jasper Visser gets away with it up to the halfway line. He goes. Great run from him now. Faf de Klerk gets it out, and it's taken up by Malcolm Marx. Quick ball out now. Libbok going high up into the air again for Kurtley Arendse to chase down, and it's going to come back this side. It's a knock-on from Scotland. Scotland has knocked that ball on, so it's going to be a scrum down to South Africa. Roundabout between a 22 and a 10 inside the Scottish half. So the high up and unders are working at the moment for South Africa. Well, a mistake from Scotland at the line out, and Jasper Visser completely capitalizing on that one, making some good yardage up to the halfway, and then Libbok going with that up and under to get that ball for South Africa now. Right, 8 minutes. Well, need to get the clock running again. So about 8 minutes gone in this one. South Africa to back down for the scrum now. And a good attacking opportunity for the Springboks. Right, that's going to be another reset scrum then for South Africa. 8.5 minutes gone in this one, and no score as of yet. South Africa to feed this one in once again. Faf de Klerk will feed this in for the Springboks. Roundabout between the 10 and the 22, about 5 meters out from the right-hand touchline. These reset scrums definitely eating up some time here, so they'll need to get it right. Big scrum here from South Africa. It's gone down again, and this time it's a penalty to South Africa in a very kickable position between the 10 and the 22-meter line. 9 minutes gone, and here's the first chance for South Africa to get some points on the board. Yeah, Manny Libbok is going to have a shot at goal here. 9.5 minutes gone in this one. The scrum penalty goes against Xander Fagerson, who dropped his bind against Kitshoff. So a lot of pressure there on South Africa, on Scotland at the moment. A chance now to get the first points of the game here is a South African. It's going to be Manny Libbok who's going to line it up for them. I think what we'll do is we'll just put the scoreboard like that, and I don't know if that's going to work better, but at least the scoreboard will be ticking over a little bit better. Right, so Manny Libbok to try and attempt to get this one over for South Africa. He struck it beautifully. Oh, no, he's not. He's pulled it. Well, it looked like it went over, and for some reason, the touch judge's flag stayed down. So he's pulled that one early on. So a chance now for Scotland then to restart this from the 22-meter line. Right, didn't expect that to happen. And now player Kinghorn will restart this for us. Right, it's a deep kickoff and taken by Dialendi now. He's going to bash it up to the halfway line for South Africa. Quickly up over that ball, South Africa now. Faf de Klerk, Jasper Visser again. He's going to charge up to the 10-meter line, making some good yards every time he touched the ball. Now here comes Peter Steph that way. Gets it out to Cheslin Colby. Colby up to just short of the 22-meter line. Now Peter Steph that way again. It's going to be Kitshoff who sets it up. And quickly again, South Africa with ball in hand. Now Libbok gets it out to Etzebeth. He's held up in a tackle, though, by some good Scottish defense. And a counter-ruck this. Well, no, comes back again to South Africa's side. And now it's Dialendi. Dialendi with a charge now, just short of the 22, as Faf de Klerk knocks that on. But the referee's going to call him back for a penalty to South Africa. So another chance now for Libbok to get the first points of the game. Deliberate knockdown, says the referee. So, Libbok's going to have another shot at goal between the 10 and the 22, this time right in front. So hopefully he won't make a mess of this one. Can Libbok get this one? He needs to calm the nerves a little bit. Hopefully we will see South Africa get the opportunities to get some more points. But when given the opportunity, they need to get that 3 pointers. Otherwise, it's going to cost us dearly. So Libbok again now from right in front between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Can he get this one over? Right. Taking his time with this one. Obviously, there's a penalty shot clock. So they need to take it within that time. This time, he makes sure of it. And, it's 3 points to 0. Finally, the Springboks onto the board. So 3 points to 0. The Springboks now lead Scotland after dominating the opening 13 minutes of this game. 13 minutes gone, and the Boks lead by 3 points to 0. Looking very solid is the Springboks at the moment. 760 60 people watching at the moment. Don't forget to press the like button. Jasper Visser has taken it in, and now about 10 meters out from his own try line, they set it up as the Springboks. Faf de Klerk waiting for this one to come out. Gets it out to Ebenezabeth. Just sets it up just a little bit more. About 15 meters out from their own try line in South Africa now. Slow ball coming back for South Africa. Maybe it's planned to be so. Faf de Klerk going with a kick. And he's going to find a safety of the touchline. Roundabout between the halfway and the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. 3 points to 0. South Africa lead Scotland at the moment. Right, it's going to be George Turner to throw this one in for them now. And to the back they go again. This time Richie Gray has taken it in. That ball has been sacked by South Africa, legally so. And now here comes Finn Russell. He gets caught behind the advantage line, throws the ball loose. Ben White under pressure. He gets caught on the halfway line. And South Africa trying to win that ball. But it's going to come back to Scotland's side now. Russell again to Xander Ferguson. Good drive there from him just up over the halfway line. Now it's Finn Russell again. Gets it out to George Turner. On the halfway line now, Finn Russell puts a little stab through, but it's shots down by South Africa. And it's Dialendi who comes away with the ball on the halfway line. Here's Jesse Creel now. Tackled just inside his own half now. As Faf de Klerk waiting for it. Goes to the box kick over the top. And back for it is Blair Kinghorn. And he makes the mark about 5 meters inside his own 22. Ethan Hoffman has become a member of the channel as well. Thank you so much, Ethan. Really appreciate it. Right, so Grant says, knew this was not going to be a walkover, but no doubt about a Bokke win. Let's go. Here comes Damian Willemsen now with a little up and under. Chases it down, but it's Blair Kinghorn who's got it on a 10-meter line inside Scotland's half. Now Piers Skuman, tackled by Jasper Visser just outside the 22. Finn Russell under pressure. He's hammered in a tackle by the Springboks. And now here's a chance now for Lebok. Lebok cuts through the first defender, puts a little chip kick in behind, but Finn Russell gets away with the ball. And now between the 10 and the halfway line inside Scotland's half, the ball gets slapped back by Piers Skuman. Under pressure, Scotland now inside their own 22, but there's a penalty coming the way of Scotland now. And I'm not sure if it was for a late tackle. I think that tackle on Finn Russell. So Angus Gardner happy that it was a late tackle only. And Finn Russell now with the opportunity to kick this downfield. And Scotland will find touch roundabout on the 22-meter line of South Africa. Well, it was deemed that it was Franco Mostert with a late tackle. I don't think so. Or was there a bit of obstruction? Yeah, there might have been a bit of obstruction there against South Africa. 17 minutes played in this one. It's 3 points to 0. South Africa lead. George Turner with a throw into this lineup just outside the 22 of South Africa. They go to the back again and they lose it again now. South Africa on the attack now. Here's a chance. Jesse Creel gets it out to Damian Willemsen. Puts it on a boot now. And that's going to go into the hands of Blair Kinghorn inside the 22 now. He sends it back. And a decent kick from him as well. As he finds touch between the halfway and the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. Shian Barron also become a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Shian. Really appreciate the support that you guys are giving me. 18 minutes played in this first half. The Springboks lead by 3 points to 0. Can South Africa get this going for us? It's a line out here on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. Now Malcolm Marx to throw this one in. And taken well by Peter Stephetway. They now set up the driving ball penalty to South Africa there. Coming in from the side was Jamie Ritchie. So 18 and a half minutes gone. South Africa now with another chance now to kick this downfield. Unfortunately, Sean, you'll not be able to watch it. It's only live commentary. So I keep you up to date. And you have to have a paid subscription from somewhere else that will be able to show it. Unfortunately, I can't. Not allowed to on YouTube. So, yeah. Chance now for South Africa as we got 19 minutes gone in this first half. A chance now 15 meters out from the Scottish try line as South Africa will have this line out. Let's see what they can do with this one. Remember the second 20, we will be doing it in Afrikaans as well. So here comes the driving ball now. Marks off the back. Oh, it's been knocked on by Dialendi. And the pass not great from Malcolm Marx. And but Damian Dialendi just not able to get to that ball quick enough and loses it. So 19 and a half minutes gone. A great opportunity. Goes a waste for South Africa there. Should have capitalized on that opportunity. One feels South Africa. Yeah, just off the fingertips there of Damian Dialendi. And with this, we will have the water break. So 20 minutes gone. Malcolm Marx will have to receive some attention as well. But it's the water break now. And as per usual, I will be taking a lung break as well. So just off the screen there. And yeah, what a scintillating first 20 minutes this has been. So 3 points to 0. When we continue with this game, we will cross over to Afrikaans commentary for the next 20 minutes. So 3 points to 0. South Africa leads Scotland. A solo penalty by Manny Libbok so far. He's missed an earlier one as well, but at least rectified with a second one. So 3 points to 0. South Africa lead here as we await this game to continue now after the water break. But definitely South Africa looking the stronger of the two teams at the moment. And I think it's just going to be a matter of time before South Africa is going to really get things going, unless the momentum Scotland will take from this with the score only 3 points to 0. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But for the minute, South Africa are leading by 3 points to 0 and dominating possession and territory. I don't have the statistics so far. 20 ball carries by South Africa, 14 by Scotland, 184 meters made by South Africa, only, I think, 84 by Scotland. So Bonambi is going to come onto the field for Malcolm Marx. I think it's just going to be a blood replacement. So a chance for Bonambi now to start his World Cup campaign as well. South Africa leading by 3 points to 0. A solo penalty by Manny Libbok so far. But I can tell you what, the South African team has played with like a house on fire in this opening 20 minutes. Scotland have been defending for dear life. And yeah, it's going to be a close one. Greg Kukamur says, breathe, breathe, take a breath, relax. We will do this. LOL. Mario Rodriguez says, go Bokke. So a water break. I'm taking a lung break. So we will continue really soon. Odie Skokenais, Sir Michel. Right, so what a game this has been so far for South Africa. Dominating in every facet of the game. Scotland's lineouts a little bit dodgy at the moment. Scrum time has been already one penalty given away as well. So, yeah, back to the action now. It's going to be a scrum down to Scotland for a knock-on from South Africa. 5 meters inside the 22. We are going to cross over now to Afrikaans commentary as well. Right, so a scrum for Scotland. 5 meter binnekant hulle 22. Dit is Ben White wat die bal gaan ingooi. En kom ons kyk wat kan Skotland met hierdie bal doen. Ben White wat hom gaan ingooi, so 5 meter binnekant sy eie gebied. Opgepik daar deur Jack Dempsey en 'n bietjie van 'n spasie daar vir hom as hy oor die 22 beer terug na Finn Russell toe. Hy skop hom veld af binne in die hande daar van Damian Willemse en kom ons kyk wat kan Willemse doen. Hy gaan aanval maar vir grond toe gebring op die halflyn deur Blair Kinghorn. Baie goeie verdediging daar deur Skotland. Nou Kitsoff. Hy sit hom neer. Of hulle probeer hom neersit. Kom ons sê so. Bal wat agtertoe spat. Dis hy bal uit. Ja, Jamie Ritchie wat gaan vir die bal, maar hy kom terug na Suid-Afrika se kant toe. Faf de Klerk wat wag vir die bal. So op die 10 meter stippellyn van Suid-Afrika. Hy gaan met die hoë skop. En Cheslin Colby wat agterna jaag. Is Finn Russell wat hom mooi vat, maar hardloop hom daar vas teen Jasper Wiese. Net buitekant die 22. Ben White wat hom uitkry na Xander Ferguson toe. So tussen die 22 en die 10 meter stippellyn. Wag vir hom weer is Ben White. Stadige besit wat terugkom vir Skotland. Lyk asof hy die bal gaan skop. Weer afgestorm deur Suid-Afrika daarso, maar Blair Kinghorn wat die bal veld afskop nou in die hande van Libbok. Libbok uit daar na Jesse Kriel toe op die 10 meter stippellyn van Skotland in die middel van die veld. Faf de Klerk wat hom terugkry, nou sit Mostert, Libbok uit daar na Willemse toe. Nou kom hy uit na weer eens daar na Dialendi toe. Hy vat so 3 verdedigers saam met hom, maar hulle bondel hom daar oor die kantlyn en daar's 'n bietjie van 'n skaffel daar tussen die spelers. Definitief so 'n bietjie tempers wat vlieg daarso. So onnodig, maar ja, tyd wat gaan gestop word net daarso. Moenie met Etzebeth mors nie, Jamie Ritchie. Jy gaan tweede kom. Etzebeth wat hom so 'n bietjie daar oor die kop vryf. Kom sê, dis reg my maat, ons kry mekaar na die tyd. Hou so lank die bier koud. Reg, kom ons kyk wat gaan hier gebeur. Die tyd is gestop, hierso op die 22ste minuut. Gaan die skynsregters gaan kyk wat het daar plaasgevind. Die Elendi wat nie so gelukkig was met daai tackle daarso op hom nie. Hy was ingedryf oor die kantlyn en kom ons kyk wat het daar gebeur. Kan nie van daar af sien nie. Maar Etzebeth en Jamie Ritchie wat vir mekaar so 'n bietjie hallo sê daarso. So hulle gaan definitief gaan kyk na dit. Dis Angus Gardner nou. Hulle wil weet wat het daar gebeur. En kom ons hoop dat dit nie die Alendi was nie. Want as dit die Alendi was, kan ons 'n geel kaart hier sien kom. Right, nee, lyk my hulle het nie enige footage daar nie, maar die Alendi wat nader geroep word deur die skynsregter. So weet jy, kom ons kyk, ja, hier kan moeilikheid kom. Jamie Ritchie wat ook nader geroep word, Sia Kolisi. Kom ons kyk, ek kan niks hoor wat hulle sê nie, so ek sal maar sien of daar 'n kaart kom of nie. Maar op die oomblik lyk dit asof hy net met hulle geselskap die knoop daarso. Hoopelik kom daar nie 'n kaart of enigiets van dit af nie. En ons sal die lyn staan hê, net so buitekant Skotland se 22. Reg, dit lyk my daar het niks daarvan af gekom hier, so kom ons gaan terug na die lyn staan toe vir Skotland net buitekant hulle 22. Right, dit is George Turner wat die bal gaan ingooi vir Skotland hierso. Ons kyk wat maak Skotland met die ene. Hulle het al so 'n paar lynstaande verloor. Jamie Ritchie wat hom oppik daarso vir hulle. Hulle probeer 'n rolmaal beweging, maar Suid-Afrika wat hulle stuit in hulle skoene onmiddellik. En die bal wat gaan terugkom vir Ben White nou, net so buitekant sy eie 22. Terug na Pierre Skuman. Hy kom nie baie ver nie. Bal wat nog steeds beskikbaar is vir Skotland, net so buitekant die 22. Kan hom nie direk uitskop nie. Ben White wat met die skop oor die kop gaan daarso. En Cheslin Colby wat wag vir hom. Daar's die Graham wat hom tackle op die halflyn. Suid-Afrika het bal besit hierso. Sekerlik. Faf de Klerk kry dit uit na Franco Mostert. Hy word grond toe gebring net kort van die halfgebied af, binnekant Suid-Afrika se gebied. De Klerk wat wag vir die bal, gaan hy terugkom na Suid-Afrika se kant toe, De Klerk wat skop, bal word gejaag daar word deur Cheslin Kolbe, maar Sven Russell wat onder hom is, kry hom uit daarna toe Pelotto toe, Cheslin Kolbe wat weer eens 'n tackle maak, binnekant die 22 van Skotland, en hier is 'n strafskop vir Suid-Afrika, die bal wat vasgehou word daar op die grond, deur Skotland, en kom ons kyk, gaan Suid-Afrika kantlyn toe, of gaan hulle pale toe, dis so min of meer 15 meter uit van die linkerkant se kantlyn af, en 'n geleentheid vir Manny Libbok om pale toe te skop. Wel, ek weet nie wat se liggie haar brand nie, maar daar's 'n geel liggie wat gewys word, rooi of geel, ek is nie seker nie, van Rassie Erasmus hulle af. So dis seker 'n teken om te wys dat hulle gaan met pale toe skop. So skop pale toe, sê Rassie en Jock daarso. So Manny Libbok wat gaan aanlei pale toe om die telling vir Suid-Afrika te vermeerder na 6 punte toe. Fantastiese verdediging deur Cheslin Kolbe, hy was daarso betrokke in 3 bewegings. En is fantasties om te sien dat die manne honger is vir die spel. Right, Libbok wat gaan aanlei pale toe, kom ons kyk of hom kan kry. Libbok wat aanlei so 15 meter van die linkerkant se kantlyn af, net buitekant die 22. Kom ons kyk of hy hom kan deursit deur die pale. Hy lê aan en dis pragtig deur die middel van die pale. 6 punte teenoor 0. Suid-Afrika wat voorloop hier na 25 minute se speeltyd. 6 punte teenoor 0. 24,5 minute volgens hulle klok. 25 volgens myne. Reg, 6 punte teenoor 0 op die oomblik. Lyk asof RG Snyman ook op die veld is hierso. Is nie seker vir wie hy vervang het nie, maar RG Snyman op die veld vir die Bokke. Right, die afstop wat geneem word daarso, en hy word opgepik deur Jasper Wiese. Hy word grond toe gebring, die bal wat aangeslaan is daar deur Jasper Wiese, en 'n geleentheid nou vir Skotland om aan te val. Piers Skuman, wat die bal het hier op die 22, kry hom uit na Grant Gilchrist van Russell na Hugh Jones, maar hy slaan hom aan, en hulle gaan terugkom vir die eerste aanslaan van die Bokke af. Reg, so die Bokke wat probeer, hard probeer op die oomblik. So is daar nog 'n plaasvervanger wat opkom. Kom ons kyk net gou-gou. Die tyd is af hier op die oomblik, 26 minute verstreke. Suid-Afrika wat voorloop met 6 punte teenoor 0 hier teen Skotland. Moenie vergeet om die like knoppie te druk en ook te subscribe op die channel nie. Dit is gratis, mense. Kom ons kyk waar kom ons uit vanaand. Op die oomblik 1000 mense wat kyk. Moenie vergeet om daai knoppie te druk en die kanaal te ondersteun, die mense. 25,5 minute verstreke. Dit gaan 'n skram wees hierso vir Skotland. Malcolm Marx wat terug is op die veld. So dit lyk my is Etzebeth wat van die veld af is nie seker hoekom nie, maar kom ons hoop is nie 'n besering van enige soort nie. RG Snyman wat daar die slotposisie ingaan. So hier's 'n skram nou vir Skotland, 5 meter binnekant Suid-Afrika se gebied. Ben White wat die bal gaan ingooi. Hoopelik kan Suid-Afrika se verdediging hou hierso. Vryskop aan Skotland, vinnige tik daardeur Ben White nou van Russell uit na Hugh Jones. Hier's 'n kaping, 'n kans vir Darcy Graham. Hy's so 5 meter van die doellyn af nou, maar Suid-Afrika wat hard probeer om hulle te disrupt daar. Van Russell kry hom uit. Hier's 'n geleentheid. Cheslin Kolbe wat die bal oppik nou vir Suid-Afrika. Maar die skeieregter wat op sy fluitjie blaas en is 'n strafskop teen Suid-Afrika. Van Russell wat ons 'n bietjie melk daarso. Hy hou sy borskassie vas en probeer die ergste van die situasie maak. Tyd is af hierso, 27 minute verstreke. Kom ons kyk net wat daar gebeur. Arme ou Van Russell. Kom ons kyk, daar is die klein wat pragtig daar deurgebreek het, 5 meter van die doellyn af. En kan nie daar sien wat daar gebeur het nie, maar ons sal nou kyk, waaroor gaan nou Van Russell aan. Sê jou nie twee pilote, Piers Koeman, wat gewag het vir daai bal. Ek dink nie daar was enigiets gegriefliks daar aan die Cheslin Kolbe wat gegaan het vir die bal en hom aangeslaan het, so dit behoort net 'n skram te wees. Van Russell wat vir Cheslin Kolbe daar, hy het homself seer gemaak, man. My daar teen Cheslin Kolbe, hy het hom laat geloop, en dit moet eintlik 'n strafskop wees in Suid-Afrika daar, maar Van Russell wat daar so bietjie mediese hulp kry, en so ook Kirtley Arendse op die oomblik. Maar ek sê jou, dit lyk nie goed vir Van Russell nie. Dit kom van wil agterna tackles maak en ons kan ook vir Van Russell sien die veld verlaat. Dit kan 'n groote wees vir Skotland as hy die veld gaan moet verlaat. As op Kirtley Arendse sonder arms bring hy hom grond toe daar. Dit moet 'n strafskop wees teen Skotland daarso. Maar kom ons los dit maar daarso. Het lyk amper asof Ollie Smit opwarm daarso. Hulle gaan upstairs gaan om te gaan kyk. Behalwe dat hy homself seer gemaak het, kan Van Russell dalk nou in die moeilikheid ook wees. Na 27 minute is 'n speeltyd hierso. Angus Gardner wat gaan kyk na daai tackle wat Van Russell op Kirtley Arendse gemaak het. Hy het homself so hier 'n kassie 'n bietjie so seer gemaak daarso, en hy kan dalk 'n geel kaart ook nog kry. En hy kan ook nog 'n rooi kaart ook kry. Afhangende daarom nie op teen die kop vas daar nie. So net 'n moontlike geel kaart of net 'n strafskop dalk teen Van Russell. Sonder arms maak hy daai tackle. Kom ons kyk wat sê Angus Gardner hierso. 27 minute se speeltyd verstreke in hierdie eerste helfte. Kom ons kyk wat sê hy. Ek kan nie hoor wat sê hy vir Van Russell nie, maar dit lyk my asof dit net 'n strafskop gaan wees teen hom. So dis 'n strafskop vir Suid-Afrika, net so buitekant die 22 reguit in die middel van die veld binne hulle eie gebied. So wat gaan hulle hier doen? Hulle gaan kantlyn toe skop. Manny Libbok wat die bal in sy hand het. 27 minute se speeltyd verstreke hier in die eerste helfte. Manny Libbok wat kantlyn gaan opsoek hierso. Reg, kom ons kyk waar gaan hy bal uitgaan. Ja, hy gaan uitgaan net so 5 meter buitekant die 22 van Skotland. En 'n geleentheid nou vir Suid-Afrika. Kom ons kyk 'n bietjie daarso. Hier's 'n geleentheid nou vir Suid-Afrika, die bal wat uitkom. Manny Libbok daar na Dialendi toe, so tussen die 22 en die 10 meter stippellyn. Jasper Wiese nou wat inneem. Hy dryf vorentoe. Nog steeds buitekant die 22 nou Suid-Afrika wat vorentoe gaan. Kitsoff wat die bal neersit nou. Faf de Klerk wat wag vir hom. Terug na, kon nie sien was dit Franco Moster daai nie. Nou Faf de Klerk terug na Damian Willemse toe. Hy wat die aanval loods daarso, word grond toe gebring. Suid-Afrika wat so 'n bietjie agtertoe speel op die oomblik. Die Elendi wat vorentoe gaan nou. Nou is dit weer Sous wat vorentoe gaan, maar slaan die bal aan. En hier's 'n geleentheid nou vir Skotland. As die bal veld af geskop word daardeur Van Russell. Maar Cheslin Kolbe wat hom op die 10 meter lyn kry. Hy gaan hoog in die lug ingaan. Willemse wat agterna sit. Nie die beste skop nie, maar die bal wat terug gaan kom na Skotland se kant toe is Duan van der Merwe wat op die 10 meter lyn grond toe gebring word binnekant Skotland se gebied. Ben White wat bal besit het daar vir Suid-Afrika. Van Russell wat hom veld afstuur en is 'n fantastiese skop. Cheslin Kolbe doen goed om hy bal binnekant te hou en hy gaan hom op die opskoen sit en hy sit hom uit so amper op die halflyn. Van Russell wat gekyk het daar vir 'n 50-22 en dit bitter amper gekry het. Baie goed gedoen deur Cheslin Colby. Right, kom ons kyk. Die bal wat weer oorgegooi word daar oor die lyn staan. Hier is moeilikheid vir Suid-Afrika. Daar's die kruim op na die 22 toe. Word grond toe gebring deur Manny Libbok daarso. Suid-Afrika wat gegaan het vir die onderskep en dit nie kon kry nie. En nou Skotland op die aanval binne kan die 22 van Suid-Afrika. Piers Koeman wat grond toe gebring word net buite kan die 22. Nou Van Russell weer kry die bal uit na Tui Pelotto. Hy word grond toe gebring net buite kan die 22 ook. Binnekant toe speel nou Van Russell. Zander Ferguson wat grond toe gebring word. Hulle verloor so 'n bietjie veld hier in Skotland en die bal wat gesteel word daar deur Suid-Afrika. Kitsel wat die bal het nou. Kry die bal uit daar na Jesse Kriel toe. Hy skop hom met so 'n grabberskoppie deur en as niemand daar nie. Skotland wat moet terugval. Blair Kingon wat daar is vir hom. Skotland onderdruk nou binnekant hulle eie gebied. Wag vir hom nou, Ben White wat weer wag vir hom. Hy kry hom uit daar na Van Russell toe. Van Russell sien 'n bietjie spasie daar. Gee 'n skoppie, maar is direk uit. En dit gaan Suid-Afrika se lyn staan wees. So 5 meter kant buite die 22 van Skotland. Nog 'n geleentheid vir Suid-Afrika nou. Skotland wat baie goed gedoen het. Ek het gedink daar kom moeilikheid, maar Suid-Afrika se dekverdediging wat fantasties was daar om terug te kom en die verdediging te doen op Skotland. Jesse Kriel wat gegaan het vir die onderskep en hom nie kon kry nie. En dis altyd daai een oomblik waar dinge kan skeefloop vir jou, maar in die geleentheid het Suid-Afrika teruggekom met so 'n bietjie goeie verdediging. Franco Mostert wat die bal inneem nou, net so buitekant die 22 rolmaal beweging wat deur Suid-Afrika gevorm word, maar Seklisi wat wegbreek nou, Kurt Arendse, so 5 meter kant binnekant die 22 nou, die Lenny weer. Kan Suid-Afrika die balbesit benut hierso, RG Snyman, wat grond toe gaan, so 15 meter van die doellyn af. Nou sit Pieter Stefte toe die bal wat uitspat, maar is Libbok kan die pas uitkry daar na Cheslin Colby. Hy sny na die binnekant toe, binnekant die 22. Is daar 'n gaping vir hulle? Nee. Jack Dempsey wat hom grond toe bring, so 15 meter van die doellyn af. De Klerk nou, Libbok wat 'n klein skoppie deursit, maar dis Blair Kingon wat hom oppik so meter van die doellyn af. Onnodige skopwerk daar deur hom. En Skotland wat nou die bal besit het, net 'n meter van hulle eie doellyn af. Met 8 minute se speeltyd oor in hierdie eerste helfte. Ben White wat die bal gaan uitskop en hy kry hom uit so op die 22 meter lyn van Skotland. Libbok wat daai bal deurgetik het daarso. Iemand wat regtig agter die bal aangejaag het nie, so ek sou sê dit is 'n fout daar deur Libbok gewees om te wou skop. Maar Suid-Afrika wat baie goed lyk op die aanval en is net 'n kwessie van tyd, dink ek, voordat Suid-Afrika gaan amok maak in hierdie wedstryd. Malcolm Marx wat gaan ingooi, net so binnekant die 22 van Skotland. Franco Mostert wat hom inneem, hier kom die rolmaal beweging weer van Suid-Afrika, kan hulle hom aan die gang kry. Is Suid-Afrika wat hard probeer, hier kom hulle nou, hier kom die dryf nou, Suid-Afrika wat vorentoe gaan, dit lyk goed op die oomblik, ons moet net die bal verloor hê. Gaan nog steeds vorentoe, so 10 meter van die doellyn af nou, 15 meter. Gaan die bal uitkom, nee, dit gaan nie. En dit gaan 'n skram wees vir Skotland, so 15 meter van hulle eie doellyn af. Fantastiese verdediging daar deur Skotland, en hulle hou Suid-Afrika op hulle tone. Ja, ongelukkig Suid-Afrika nie hierdie druk kan omskep in punte op die oomblik nie. En is 'n bietjie frustrerend op die oomblik. Hulle doen al die werk, hy het die bal besit, hierdie gebiedsvoordeel, maar dinge wat net die Suid-Afrika se wy gaan op die oomblik nie. Net te lank gevat daar so met die rolmaal beweging ook en betaal die prys, verloor die bal en dit gaan 'n skram wees aan Skotland, so 15 meter van hulle eie doellyn af. 6 punte teenoor 0 op die oomblik. 34 minute is 'n speeltyd verstreke hierso in die eerste helfte. Kan Suid-Afrika doen. Right, Ben White wat die bal gaan ingooi hierso. Kan Skotland hierdie bal uitkry. Ben White wat gaan ingooi. So 5 minute is 'n speeltyd oor hierdie in die eerste helfte. Ben White wat hom ingooi. Jack Dempsey wat hom oppik, maar Van der Klerk vinnig op hom en onder druk is Ben White as hy die bal veld afskop. Gaan Suid-Afrika die bal kry? Ja, is Damian Willemse nou. Hy gaan hom skop in die lug op en homself jaag. En hy word contest daar. En Suid-Afrika het die bal, maar die skynsregter wat sê dat Damian Willemse die bal aangeslaan. En ons gaan 'n skram hê vir Skotland. So op die 22 meter stippellyn binne hulle eie gebied. Kom ons kyk, ja. Net vorentoe daar deur Damian Willemse. Maar Suid-Afrika wat al die druk toepas, maar net nie die punte op die tellbord kan kry nie. Kom ons stop die klok net daarso. Besering aan George Turner vir Skotland. So kom ons kyk, is 'n baie woelige wedstryd deur die Springbokke op die oomblik, maar net ongelukkig nie moontlik om die druk wat hulle opsit en punte te omskep nie. So teleurstellend op die oomblik. 35 tackles gemaak deur Suid-Afrika, 58 deur Skotland. So die druk is definitief daar op Skotland op die oomblik. 5 minute is 'n speeltyd wat oorbly hier in die eerste helfte. Dit gaan 'n skram wees aan Skotland, so net binnekant hulle eie 22. François sê die manne moet gaan hande was halftyd. Smaak my hulle bottervingers. Ja, kyk, Suid-Afrika domineer elke faset in hierdie wedstryd, maar ja, dit is maar nou net so dat ons nie die punte kan aanteken op die oomblik nie. Ben White wat die bal gaan ingooi. Kry Kokemoer sê gele kans, die storm is op pad. Watch net. Ek dink Van Russell gaan die tweede helfte maak nie. So Suid-Afrika kan dit tot hulle voordeel ook gebruik. Sleutelspeler in Van Russell in Skotland. Ben White wat daai bal gaan ingooi. Hier in die skram. Kom ons kyk wat word van hierdie ene. En dit gaan 'n strafskop aan Skotland wees die keer. En die druk wat toegepas word daar op Suid-Afrika, Piers Koeman, wat die strafskop wen vir Skotland. En wat die druk toepas daar op Frans Malherbe, strafskop aan Skotland. 4 minute is 'n speeltyd wat oorbly in die eerste helfte. Russell wat hom uitskop so hier op die halflyn. So Skotland met 'n lyn staan op die halflyn. Hulle sukkel met hulle lyn staan op die oomblik. Skotland, hulle verkies om oor die kop te gooi as om hom aan te vat daar. So hulle weet erg Snyman en Mostert en Toy gaan hulle aanpak heel tyd in hierdie wedstryd. Die keer gaan hulle vorentoe. Jack Dempsey wat hom kry. Ben White uit daarna toe. Pelotto breek deur die eerste verdediging daarso. Net oor die halflyn nou Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones wat die aangee daarna Jamie Ritchie toe. Hugh Jones op skram af nou kry hom uit daarna Van Russell toe. Piers Koeman wat hom inneem, maar hardloop hom vas teen Malcolm Marx en hy slaan hy bal aan. Dit gaan 'n skram wees vir Suid-Afrika hier op die halflyn. So 'n skram vir Suid-Afrika op die halflyn. Piers Koeman wat hom vasklop daar teen Malcolm Marx. Geen kans om daar nie. Verloor die bal vorentoe. Met 2,5 minute is 'n speeltyd oor in hierdie eerste helfte. Kan Suid-Afrika nog iets doen hierso net voor halftyd. 1500 mense wat kyk. Moenie vergeet om die like knoppie te druk nie en ook nie om te subscribe nie. Dit kos absoluut niks mense. 2,5 minute oor in hierdie eerste helfte. Suid-Afrika 6, Skotland 0. Kom ons kyk of Suid-Afrika een laaste kans kan benut hier voor halftyd. 2 minute is 'n speeltyd oor in hierdie eerste helfte. Kan hulle dit doen? Die keer die skram wat sak en die skynsregter wat hulle gaan laat reset daarso. So nog 'n minuut wat gemors word daarso deur 'n reset skram. En dit lyk vir my asof dit Sander Ferguson is wat sy binding verloor het daarso. So hoekom is daar nie nou 'n strafskop aan hulle gegee nie? Maar kom ons kyk, nog 'n skram met 'n minuut en 'n half se speeltyd oor in hierdie wedstryd. Kan Suid-Afrika nog iets doen net hier voor halftyd? 'n minuut en 'n half oor in hierdie eerste helfte. Kan Suid-Afrika nog punte aanteken? 2 strafskoppe. 2 strafskoppe deur Manny Libbok daarso. En 'n massiewe skram deur Skotland. Hulle wen 'n strafskop hierso en ek kan dit nie glo wat ek sê nie. Suid-Afrika se skram wat so 'n bietjie intuimel daarso en Sander Ferguson en Piers Skuman wat vir Suid-Afrika opdraande gee nou in skramtyd. En hierdie is 'n skop wat van Russell kan haal op die halflyn. En 'n geleentheid nou vir Skotland om hulle eerste punte aan te teken in hierdie wedstryd. Ek is seker Rassie sal 'n plan maak en miskien daai plaasvervangers opbring. Sal ons sien of Skotland enigstens punte gaan aanteken hier in die eerste helfte. Tyd gaan verstreke wees hier in die eerste helfte. Kom ons kyk van Russell so tussen die 10 meter lyn en die halflyn. Binnekant Suid-Afrika se gebied in die middel van die veld kry hy die geleentheid om die eerste punte vir Skotland aan te teken as ons in halftyd ingaan. Kan van Russell dit doen vir Skotland? Kan hulle dit doen? Van Russell wat aanlê pale toe daarso. En is baie mooi getref deur Van Russell reguit deur die middel van die pale. En Skotland wat hulle eerste punte aanteken. 6 punte teenoor 3 hier op halftyd. En daar lê werk hier in die tweede helfte. Suid-Afrika wat die hele wedstryd beheer het gedurende die eerste helfte en net 6 punte kon kry van dit af. Ongelukkig vir Suid-Afrika, nie goed genoeg op die oomblikie. Skotland wat oorleef hierso met broodkrummels. Maar dit is nou halftyd hierso. 6 punte teenoor 3 vir vir Suid-Afrika. Solank as ons seker voorloop is alles alright. Ons gaan nou so 'n bietjie analysis doen van hierdie wedstryd. Net gou so 'n bietjie 'n longbreek vat en dan sal ons deur die spanne hardloop en kyk hoe het hierdie eerste helfte afgespeel sover. Maar Suid-Afrika wat voorloop met 6 punte teenoor 3 op halftyd en baie werk wat voor lê hierso vir hierdie tweede helfte. Kom ons gaan kyk 'n bietjie hier na die Springboks vertoning sover en wil net die spelers gou opbring, wag net so 'n bietjie, laat ek hulle net gou eers hier opkry vir julle. Maar ja, wat 'n wedstryd hier sover. Hy's hard, hy's taaf en hy's regtig brutaal op die oomblik. Beide spanne wat alles gee. Suid-Afrika natuurlik die span wat die meeste bal besit en alles het. Maar kom ons begin sommer hier by die voorry. En dit is die een area waar Suid-Afrika so 'n bietjie gesukkel het sover hierso in hierdie wedstryd. Kitsoff, Malcolm Marx en Frans Malherbe wat gewoonlik fantasties is hierso vir Suid-Afrika wat so 'n bietjie sukkel hier na die einde van die eerste helfte toe. Kitsoff en Malherbe wat beide 'n strafskop afgestaan het. Sander Ferguson en Piers Skuman wat fantasties gedoen het om die strafskoppe te wen daarso. So Suid-Afrika so 'n bietjie in die moeilikheid wat die voorry aan betref, maar ek is seker dat daar sal hard gepraat word in die halftyd. Die telling wat 6-3 is op die oomblik. Ek dink ek moet dit dalk net aanteken hierso vir julle. Kom ons doen dit gou halftyd. Springbokke 6 en Skotland 3. Sodat julle my nou nie weer hoef te vra wat is die telling nie. So Halftyd Springbokke 6, Skotland 3. As ons verder hier kyk na die spelers vertoning sover hier in die eerste helfte. So Kits of Marks en Malherbe wat het so 'n bietjie moeilik vind daar in skramtyd. Etzebeth en Mostert sover. Etzebeth wat die veld verlaat het. Ek weet nie of dit 'n besering is nie. Ek is nie seker nie, maar RG Snyman het op die veld gekom na so 20 minute se speeltyd. En Etzebeth wat geen verdere gaan deelneem aan hierdie wedstryd teen sy daar plaasvervanger kan wees dat hy kan geswitch word. Miskien 'n HIA en hy kan weer terugkom op die veld. Maar Mostert wat sover 'n fantastiese wedstryd het. Sy verdediging piek fyn, dra die bal baie goed en sy lynstaande uitmuntend. Etzebeth self was baie goed toe hy nog op die veld was. Baie goeie verdediging, bal opgedra, mooi aangegaan en fantastiese werk daar gedoen vir Suid-Afrika hier in die eerste helfte. Dan as ons gaan kyk daar na die los trio van Suid-Afrika sover, nog nie veel van Kolisi en Pieter Steff de Tooy gesien nie, maar een man sover uitstaan vir my hier op halftyd, Jasper Wiese, wat die bal, hy hardloop met hom fantasties, hy maak meters elke keer wat hy die bal optel, en regtig baie goeie wedstryd deur die agste man Jasper Wiese sover, sy verdediging fantasties, en doen al die werk wat verwag word van hom af. Siya Kolisi en Pieter Steff de Tooy, natuurlik neem hulle ook die bal op, en net 'n bietjie minder aktief as Jasper Wiese op die oomblik, wat regtig baie goeie werk doen. Pieter Steff de Tooy goed in die lyn staan ook. Suid-Afrika wat baie goed in die lyn staan lyk op die oomblik. As ons daarna gaan ons oor daarna die skakelpaar van Suid-Afrika en sover Faf de Klerk wat 'n baie goeie werk doen daar op skramhalf in sy 50ste toets. Danny Libbok ook 'n baie goeie wedstryd sover. Een skop gemis, bale toe ongelukkig, wat die telling kon 9-3 gemaak het, maar behalwe vir dit het hy regtig 'n baie goeie wedstryd. Sy lynskoppe is goed, sy verdediging is op standaard, en hy gee ook die bal pragtig uit op die oomblik na sy agterlyn toe. So 'n baie goeie vertoning sover deur die skakelpaar van Suid-Afrika. In die middelveld in die senterkombinasie op die oomblik nog nie veel gesien van Jesse Kriel vandag nie. Enigste ding wat uitstaan op die oomblik was die intercept wat hy probeer doen het, maar nie kon kry nie, en 'n gaping geskep het vir Skotland, maar Suid-Afrika se dekverdediging wat goed genoeg was om dit te keer, maar die Eleni soos gewoonlik wat die bal opdra, maak sy meters, baie goed op verdediging, en ek weet nie of Andre Esterhuizen 'n verskil gemaak het nie. Die Eleni wat hard probeer, daar was 'n aanslag of 2 hier en daar deur die Eleni, maar ek sal dink dat Rassiele sal dalk moet dink aan Andre Esterhuizen op een of ander tyd. Miskien speel die Eleni en Andre Esterhuizen nog in dieselfde senterkombinasie. Hulle is twee van dieselfde soort spelers, so ek weet nie of dit sal werk nie, maar dit is dalk die moeite werd om dit te toets. Dan die agterste 3, die vleuels in die heel agter vir Suid-Afrika hier in die eerste helfte. Cheslin Colby, fantasties sover, baie goed op die verdediging. Hy maak daai tackles. Dink daar was een beweging waar hy 3 tackles in een go gemaak het, hy die bal gewen. Die bal was 'n skop en hy die tackle gemaak en nog 'n tackle gemaak. So die werkryk daar van Cheslin Colby op standaard. Damian Willemse wat baie goed terugval vir die bal wanneer hy geskop word. Hier en daar 'n aanslaan van 'n hoë bal af, maar so ver pyk van hom af. En dan Kirby Arendse wat nog nie baie bal gekry het nie, wat definitief hier in die tweede helfte 'n bietjie meer bal wil hê en sal wil aanval vir Suid-Afrika. Maar ja, sover 'n baie goeie wedstryd deur die Springbokke. Ek is amper verseker dat ons hierdie wedstryd gaan deurtrek. Ek gaan nie die hele Skotlandse spanne nie, dalk net 'n paar uitsonderings sover vir hulle. Ons kan miskien net die van Skotland opbring hierso. Hulle het 'n fantastiese wedstryd sover. Piers Skuman, Zander Ferguson en George Turner, nie so te goed nie, met sy lynstaande wat so 'n bietjie wobbly is op die oomblik, is George Turner, maar Piers Skuman En Zander Ferguson, fantasties sover, sit Suid-Afrikaner, geweldige druk op skramtyd, en dis hoe hulle ook hulle 3 punte hier net voor halftyd gekry het. Daar 2 strafskoppe teen Suid-Afrika van die skram af, wat nie normaalweg gebeur nie. Is daar enige ander speler wat uitgestaan het, miskien 'n noemingswaardige shout-out miskien daarso vir Finn Russell. Hy het nie 'n slegte game nie. Hy dikteer die bal baie mooi, sy skopwerk is goed, alhoewel hy het 'n strafskop afgestaan en amper 'n moontlike geel kaart afgestaan teen homself met 'n belaglike tackle op Kurtley Arendse. Maar sover so goed vir hom. Hy doen baie goed met sy lynskoppe en hou Skotland in beheer. Ben White ook baie goed op skramskakel sover. In die eerste paar minute was hy onder geweldige druk geplaas, maar soos die wedstryd aangegaan het, het hy al hoe beter geraak. So ja, dit lyk nie te sleg vir Skotland op die oomblik nie. Met so 'n paar goeie spelers daar, die voorspelers wat veral hulle sterkpunt wys op die oomblik, staan nie terug vir Suid-Afrika nie. Jamie Ritchie en Jack Dempsey wat baie goed doen sover vir Skotland ook. Maar nou ja, ons sal sien wat kan hulle doen teen Suid-Afrika se plaasvervangersbank. Right, so with that, I'm going to change over to English because we are going to do the first 20 minutes of the second half in English. So just remember that we will do the last 20 minutes of the second half in Afrikaans again. So for those of you that did not understand a word that I was saying, just to go back to the South African forwards, Kitshoff and Malcolm Marx, along with Frans Malherbe, has been struggling at scrum time against Zander Ferguson and Piers Skuman. And Malcolm Marx probably, we can't really blame him for all of that, but he's had a solid game. But apart from that, South Africa is struggling up front, and we could see early changes in the second half as well. Then Etzebeth left the field early on in the game. Don't know if it was an HIA and whether he will be able to come back onto the field at a later stage, but he was solid while he was on. Argus Snyman has been pretty solid, and then Franco Mostert, as always, very consistent. If you look at the loose trio for South Africa, Jasper Wiese has been the standout player for South Africa, taking up that ball, carrying it up brilliantly, doing all the hard work at the moment. And then Sia Kolisi and Peter Step the Tway, not so much in the eye, but doing the donkey work and making those tackles, those hard-earned tackles, while Faf de Klerk is having a solid game at scrum half, and Manny Libak also doing really well with spreading the ball out wide to his back line, and his general kicking not bad at all. Missed one penalty kick, but I mean, sometimes you have to miss a couple as well. And in the midfield combination of Dialendi and Krill has been solid. We've seen Dialendi bash it up a couple of times during that first half. And in Jesse Krill, solid on the fence, not so much on the attack. Almost slipped up in the fence with an attempted intercept, which led to a Scotland attack. But South Africa's cover defense was right on to him. So, the back three, Cheslin Colby, the standout player so far there, who's really dictated well on the fence. He's had a couple of good attacking runs as well, and just really solid and giving 110%. Kurtley Arendse haven't had too much of the ball in that first half, but hopefully we'll see something special from him in the second half. And then Willemse has been solid at fullback. Couple of knock-ons under the high ball on the chase, but he's been pretty secure when he had to defend high in the air. So that's about the sum up for South Africa. The key player so far for Scotland is that front row, Piers Skuman and Zander Ferguson, who's done incredibly well to disrupt the South African scrum. And we know if our scrum struggles, the team normally struggles. And then, of course, Finn Russell and Ben White also generalizing the game very well in the 9 and 10 channel at the moment for them. Another mention might be for Jamie Ritchie and Jack Dempsey, who's had a solid game, really pushing the Springboks to their limits at the breakdown. So that's about it for that. let's quickly go and have a look at the scoreboard there. We'll bring up the scoreboard again for you guys. So it is halftime here at the moment, and yeah, it is what it is at the moment. It's 6 points to 3. South Africa leading us, Scotland at the moment, having had possession in territory. I would love to see the statistics on that at the moment, but I'm guessing we'll probably only see that in a little bit. We'll go through a couple of comments if I can get to a few, because Obi sê die guru die tweede helfte laat die stoomtrein loop, Wels vol loop, en Mamoor se baas says we struggled a little bit with scrums, but lineouts we dominate. It's on in Japan. And then Bokke must keep, well, let's just put that up. Moses Bosman says Bokke must keep up with the game. And then Kenneth ask, wat het met Eben gebeur? Ek het nou net aangesluit. Ek is nie seker, hy het net ewe skielik die veld verlaat. Daar was 'n onderrondsie tussen die spelers van Skotland en Suid-Afrika, en net daarna is Eben net so met af van die veld af. Greg Kukamoor says, oh no, what is that I hear? Thunder, lightning, the storm is coming. Watch them, Bokke. Second half will be ours for sure. And then what else is there to go through? Let's have a look. Some more. Yeah, let's leave it at that, as the teams have come back onto the field now. So we should be getting the second half underway any second now, with both teams now back onto the field. It's halftime, 6 points to 3, and Scotland will kick this second half off for us. Let's just put that second half banner up. So, yeah, Scotland will kick from right to left on my screen for the second half of this game, and a very important second half to come for both sides. This game still very much in the balance. Who will come away with the victory here at the end of this one? Let's hope South Africa keep their dominance going and get some more points on the board as well from here. So it's going to be Scotland to kick this one off for us here in the second half. So good luck to both teams. Let's see how this one is going to go. It will be Scotland, Blair Kinghorn, to get proceedings underway here in the second half. Right, so let's see what's going to happen. It's a high, deep kick in from Scotland to start this second half, taken in by Jasper Wiese now. He's brought down by Piers Skuman and Ben White, right in the middle of the field now. Comes back to Libok, goes high into the air. Cheslin Colby chasing up after this one. And the ball spills back to Finn Russell. He's brought down on the 10-meter line, but a knock-on from Scotland. And it will be a scrum down to South Africa. So, yeah, a good start here for South Africa, putting the pressure on them. And Scotland have been struggling quite a bit with those up and unders in that first half. So expect a little bit more of the same here in the second half by South Africa. About a minute gone in the second half. Scrum down to South Africa now. Hopefully they can come away with the W today. Right, so scrum back down here. Faf de Klerk will feed it between the 10 and the halfway line. Oh no, is that the 22? Yeah, it's the 22. I think it is. So let's have a look what South Africa can do with this one. Oh, it's a penalty to South Africa. And here's a chance now for the Boks. What can they do with this one? This time South Africa hit back. And I think the reason why the replacement wasn't made is because the guys like Frans Malherbe and Kitshoff said that they want to rectify what was wrongfully done in the first half. So Libok is going to have a shot from inside his own half. About 5 meters inside the half of South Africa. Manny Libok about 15 meters out from the left-hand touchline with an opportunity now to put South Africa back into a 6-point lead. Right, so yeah, Etzebeth will take no further part. Not sure what happened there, but he is sitting down at the moment. So Libbok then to attempt this penalty from inside his own half. Can he get this for South Africa? His 67% success rate so far is Manny Libbok. From about 20 meters in field, he's it's going to pull well wide to the left there, and also not going to have the distance as Scotland clears that ball away. Not going to find touch though, and here's a chance now for South Africa. It's Dialendi. Dialendi is going to run it up to the 10-meter line now of Scotland. Comes back Faf de Klerk. Now it's Mostert who takes it in. Quick ball needed now. It cuts off again now to Kolisi. Kolisi drives forward. That ball's going to spill out the back, and it's Dialendi who's got the ball now. Just short of the 22 they go. Now it's Jasper Visser. He charges on just short of the 22, right in the middle of the field. The Klerk packet comes again now for South Africa. Malherbe takes it up. The Klerk again, Dialendi now. Just up over the 22 they go. The Klerk now cuts off again, gets it out to Malcolm Marx. He's brought down, still on the 22-meter line now. Faf de Klerk waiting, gets it back. Libbok now. It's Ergie Snyman with a beautiful offload to Frans Malherbe. Now it's Jesse Clear, long kind of pass to Kurtley Arendse. He's 5 meters out from the try line. Can he get over the try line here? Comes again now. It's Franco Mostert. Franco Mostert takes it up. Now it's the Klerk again back to Snyman. And it's Blair King on who's knocked that ball on in the tackle. So it will be a scrum down to the Springboks then. 10 meters out from the try line. Will we see the Boks get a try here? The pressure needs to be put on this side. Can they do this? That's the big question everybody's asking at the moment. So, yeah, I'm not sure, but it's going to be a scrum down to South Africa either way. So hopefully they can get some points from here. Right, so chance now for the Springboks. Can they do this? 5 meters out, well, about 10 meters out from the try line here. Can South Africa get the first try of the game? Faf de Klerk will feed this one in. Right, so Faf de Klerk to feed this one in for the Springboks now. 10 meters out from the try line. Good solid scrum this time from the Springboks. Gets it out now to Klerk. It's Dialendi who's going to bash it up here for South Africa. Working towards the middle of the field now, but quickly onto that is Dodge now. But South Africa gets the ball back now. Still 5 meters out, right in the middle of the field. Now working is Malcolm Marx. Malcolm Marx drives on. Faf de Klerk now gets it out to Peter Steph de Toey. Here comes the drive, and there's the try. It's Peter Steph de Toey over for the first try for the Springboks. 11 points to 3. It is after 46 minutes of play in this game. Peter Steph de Toey with the first try of this game. And the Springboks are up by 11 points to 3. Well. Incredible defense from Scotland, just unable to keep it out. And it's one of those things, unfortunately, as Peter Steph de Toey barges his way over for a try, supported there by Franco Mostert, so as we know him. So there's the try for the Springboks. 11 points to 3 with a conversion to come. Manny Libbok will attempt to get the conversion here for the Springboks. Remember to go and vote, guys. We've got about 1,600 votes so far. 38% have said that South Africa will win this game by more than 20 points. 33% have said 11 to 20 points. And 19% 1 to 10 points. Right, so Libbok now with the conversion attempt. And he's pulled it again to the left of the posts. So 11 points to 3, it will stay. Russie and Jock will definitely have to do something about this. We cannot carry on like this in this competition. We need a reliable goal kicker. It might not haunt us today, but if it's going to get to a closer game, it could definitely cause us a lot of problems. Right, so 8 minutes gone in the second half. The restart now from Scotland as Bonambi's on the field for South Africa as well now. Jasper Wiese has taken that in for South Africa. Still inside the 22 they go. De Klerk goes for the kick and not the greatest of kick, but it finds touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. A good opportunity now for Scotland to try and hit back in this game. Right, George Turner with a throw in, finds his jumper now. It's Ben White, Finn Russell out to Jack Dempsey. Here they come again now. It's taken up. What can Scotland do from here? Dempsey again. Back it goes to Hugh Jones. Still on the 10-meter line of South Africa. A little pop pass there to Jamie Ritchie. And under pressure as Kitsov tries to steal that ball. But it comes back for Scotland. Duan van der Merwe now. Finn Russell needs to get the pass away to Grant Gilchrist. Still on the attack is Scotland though. But they've lost ground all the way to the halfway line. And some really good defense from South Africa as they counter-ruck this now. And South Africa might have stolen this now. Yes, they have. It's Jasper Wiese who comes away with it now. Peter Steftetway. He's up to the 10-meter line of Scotland. Comes back again. Jasper Wiese now. Libbok goes with the cross kick. Yeah, this could work. Beautiful stuff. It's Kurtley Arendse for the try in the corner. That's a brilliant kick from Libbok. And it's Kurtley Arendse in for another try. I guess what Libbok lacks in goal kicking, he makes up with cross kicking. And that's a brilliant try for Kurtley Arendse. 16 points to 3. And it looks like the floodgates are opening up now. A brilliant, nonchalant kick from Manny Libbok. And Kurtley Arendse flying over for the try in the corner. Superb stuff. Never saw him coming. And Kinghorn nowhere near. Duan nowhere near. Kurtley Arendse over for the try. 16 points to 3 with a conversion to come. Yeah, maybe they should just let somebody else do the goal kicking. Yeah, and it is going to be Faf de Klerk now to try and attempt this kick from about 5 meters out from the right-hand touchline. So let's see what's going to happen with this conversion kick from Faf de Klerk. Grant, you've got it right on. Sweef soos 'n arend, Boeta. Right, Faf de Klerk to try and convert this one. Oh, and that is well struck from Faf de Klerk. And he's got the conversion over. 18 points to 3 with 11 minutes gone here in the second half. Great kick from Faf de Klerk. And that's how it needs to be done. Let Fafa kick from now on. Well, 18 points to 3 now. The restart from Finn Russell again. And it's taken by Peter Steftetway inside the 22 of South Africa. De Klerk now waiting for this one. Slow ball coming back for South Africa. He goes for the box kick over the top this time. Kurtley Arends is chasing it down, loses it backwards. It's Scotland. And was there a knock on now from Dempsey? No, says the referee, play on. He makes his way up to the 10-meter line of South Africa. Now Ben White, Finn Russell. It's out to Grant Gilchrist on the halfway line. He's brought down, but a penalty advantage now for Scotland of not rolling away from South Africa. So Ben White, Angus Gardner calling them back now for that penalty just inside South Africa's half. "52 minutes gone in this game. Finn Russell to kick this downfield now for Scotland. They need a try of their own, and he finds touch about 15 meters out from the try line. 15 meters out from the try line now for Scotland. If they want to come back into this, they are going to have to score the try now. Well, Malcolm Marxel coming back onto the field again. But Frans Malherbe is leaving, and so too is Kitshoff. So on comes Trevin Yakane and Oxnashire now with Malcolm Marx back on the field. Yeah, so Bonambi, it was just a blood replacement. So here they come again. The line out now. Oh, it's a misunderstanding there from Scotland, and South Africa's picked that ball up. But Angus Gardner blows on his whistle and say there was a knock-on from South Africa. I don't know so much, but might have been a little knock-on there from South Africa. 14 minutes gone in this second half. And South Africa now in a 15-point lead here at the moment. Can South Africa keep it up? It's going to be a scrum down to Scotland now, about 15 meters away from the try line. 5 meters inside of the 22 of South Africa. Scotland had to defend for dear life in that first half. So it's looking good for the Boks now. Ben White to feed this one in. Scrum goes down again. But I think Angus Gardner will give them the benefit of the doubt there, because there is a new front row on for South Africa. The voice still holding up pretty well at the moment. Remember, we will be crossing over to Afrikaans commentary on the 20-minute mark. So 15 minutes gone in this one, and scrum down to Scotland now. About 5 meters inside the 22 of South Africa. Can South African defense hold out here? Ben White will feed this in for them. Can they push on? Is South Africa. Ben White feeds it in now. And a massive, massive scrum from South Africa. And they win the penalty there. So a penalty to South Africa inside the 22 of South Africa. And a big, big scrum from Oxnashire wins the penalty for South Africa. So a chance now to clear their lines again is South Africa here. The Springboks looking good now. Manny Libbok is going to kick this downfield here for South Africa. It's a Pool B clash. Whoever wins this got 1 foot into the quarterfinals already. So the line out is going to be on the 10-meter line inside Scotland's territory. Can South Africa now seal this game off? Can they finish this one off now? So it's going to be a scrum. A line out to South Africa as Scotland now bring on the changes here. Dave Sherry. Let's just have a look at that bench from them quickly. So on for them now comes Dave Sherry, Jamie Barty, VPNL, and Scott Cummings. Is Matt Fagan? No, it's Scott Cummings. So plenty of changes now for Scotland here. Line up taken up. Peter Steph to Tway. They formed a driving maul now. Can they get this going forward? It's Malcolm Marx off the back. Makes a couple of good meters now. Not rolling away is Scotland, but it's a knock-on from South Africa first. So it will be a scrum down to Scotland. Malcolm Marx just knocking that ball on. Yeah, just unfortunately there. Ball actually got ripped out of his hands and then he knocked it on. Right, so we're edging closer to the 20-minute mark here in the second half. This time Malcolm Marx have left the field. It's just pull back a minute here of the time. So very close to the 20-minute mark in the second half here. Scotland have the scrum now. Raymond says the final score will be 34-3. Let's hope that's going to be the case. Right, so Ben White feeds it in again for Scotland now. And another penalty goes the way of South Africa. Oxnashire really putting the pressure now on them. And this time it's Viepianel who gets penalized there. And this one in a kickable position for South Africa. Can we add another 3 points here? Or are we going to be bullish and go for the corner? You never know. We'll see what they decide to do. Rassie will shine the light on them real soon. So it is going to be Faf de Klerk to have a shot at goal for South Africa. 5 meters out from the right-hand touchline between the 10 and the 22-meter line of Scotland. Can Fafa put up another 3 points for South Africa? The Mexican wave now here being done in the stadium. So let's see what Faf can do with this one. Cummings on for Gilchrist. So is Matt Ferguson as well. And this kick from Faf de Klerk is gone to the right, unfortunately. And it's kicked downfield by Scotland. Not going to find touch, though. And here comes South Africa on a counter-attack. It's Damian Willemse up to the 10-meter line of Scotland now. De Klerk gets it up. Lebok now out to Bonambi. Bonambi's brought down just over the 10-meter line inside Scottish territory. Now it's Trevor Nyakane. What are they going to do with this one? The ball comes out and Faf de Klerk gets it back to Lebok now. Now it's Willemse, in fact, who takes it up. Sia Khaleesi supports there. Now De Klerk again. Ergie Snyman, Lebok now. Out it comes to Jasper Visser. Jasper Visser 5 meters short of the 22 now. Here comes Lebok again back on the inside. It goes to Franco Mostert. He stopped 2 meters out from the 22. Now it's Bonambi once again. Sets it up. Driven back in the tackle though. Right in the middle of the field. De Klerk again, Lebok. Lebok out. It comes to Dialende. Now Khaleesi. Khaleesi up to the 22-meter line. He's going to need support now. De Klerk comes back again. It's Ergie Snyman. South Africa just keep going at them at the moment. Still short of the 20. Now a little grubber kick, useless kick. And it's gathered by Kinghorn and he kicks it downfield. And finds touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Scottish territory. Not a great kick there from Faf on that occasion. And yeah, still 18 points to 3 it is. With about 20 minutes to play in this game. Dwayne Vermeulen now making his way onto the field in the place of Visser. So the veteran Thor now onto the field for the Boks. What can South Africa? It's that water break now. So we are going to stop the clock right here now. And with that water break comes the lung break as well for me. So what a game it's been so far. 20 minutes to play in the second half. South Africa 18 and Scotland 3. We could have asked for a better start to the second half from South Africa. 2 tries in that second half. And now you can see that the kicking is something that is disappointing. Not good at this level, says Jolene Fraser. And definitely something that will have to be looked at some stage for South Africa. We cannot afford to have the same situation we had last year against, I think it was Ireland, where we could have won the game at the end of year tour and we lost it because we didn't get our goal kicks over. Right, so 20 minutes to go in the second half. South Africa 18, Scotland 3. And with that, I am going to change over to Afrikaans commentary now. So, kom ons kyk wat gaan gebeur in hierdie laaste 20 minute van hierdie wedstryd. Suid-Afrika wat 18 punte teenoor 3 voorloop. Is 'n waterbreek hier op die oomblik. En ja, die laaste 20 minute gaan bepaal wie het hulle een voet in hierdie kwartfinale van hierdie groep, die sogenoemde pool van die dood. So die span wat hier verloor het hulle gesê gaan dit basies nie maak nie. So op die oomblik lyk dit of Skotland aan die agterspeen gaan trek. Maar kom ons kyk hoe gaan dit uitdraai. Die stem wat ook nou besig is 'n bietjie om sy Ali te sien, maar ons gaan deurdruk. 18 punte teenoor 3 Suid-Afrika wat voorloop. En die waterbreek wat enige tyd nou sal verby wees ook. Kom ons kyk wat gaan gebeur in hierdie laaste 20 minute van die wedstryd. Ashlyn, jy spot aan daar so. Jy weet mos, hulle vat 'n waterbreek en ek vat 'n longbreek, jy weet. So 18 punte teenoor 3 en die tyd wat weer anders hierso. Bongi Monambi wat die bal gaan ingooi vir Suid-Afrika. Hierso op die 10 meter stippellyn van Skotland, Dwayne Vermeulen wat hom inneem. Faf de Klerk, Manny Libbok uit na Jesse Kriel toe. Hier kom Damian Willemse, hy sny binnekant toe op die 10 meter stippellyn van Skotland. De Klerk wat hom druk ry nou is Vermeulen wat die bal uitpas daarna na Curtie Arendse wat nie amper daar deurbreek. Nou is dit weer RG Snyman, kry die bal uit na Dialene toe. Bal wat agtertoe aangestaan word daar deur Manny Libbok. En daar sien kry die bal vorentoe skop vir 'n lyn staan vir Suid-Afrika. So tussen die 10 en die halflyn binne Skotland se gebied. 20 minute oor. 20 minute oor in hierdie wedstryd. En kom ons kyk wat gaan gebeur in hierdie laaste paar minute van die wedstryd. 3000 mense wat luister. Druk daai like knoppie en subscribe na die channel toe. Wys jou ondersteuning vir die kanaal ook asseblief. Bongi Monambi wat ingooi hierso. En Faf de Klerk, die skeieregter wat sê die bal is nie reguit ingegooi nie. En dit is 'n letdown vir Suid-Afrika daarso. Dit gaan 'n skram wees vir Skotland. Bal wat nie reguit ingegooi is daardeur Monambi nie. Of nee, wat sê die skeieregter daarso? Hulle gaan hom weer ingooi. Maar die keer gaan dit Skotland wees. So hulle besluit om teen die skram daarso is Skotland en Dave Sherry wat die bal gaan ingooi. Vind vir Jamie Ritchie nou, Ben White uit daar van Russell toe. Hy skop hom veld af, kyk vir die 50-22 en hy gaan hom kry ook. 'n Fantastiese skop daar. Cheslin Colby wat uit posisie is daarso. En Van Russell by 50-22 wen vir Skotland. En vinniger gegooi deur Skotland. Hulle is oor vir 'n 3. Vang die bokke aan die slaap, dink ek. Nee, sê die skeieregter. Die lyn staan wat gaan moet gevorm word. Wel. Angus Gardner wat niks wil weet daarvan nie. Die lyn staan wat gevorm gaan moet word. Skotland gaan hom moet ingooi. Hulle het gedink hulle gaan wegkom met hom. Maar Dave Sherry wat hom gaan moet ingooi. 18 minute oor in hierdie wedstryd. Bal wat ingeneem word deur Cummings nou. Hulle werk die kort steelkant daarso. Is Skotland op die aanval nou. Ben White slaan die bal agtertoe aan is Cummings. Strafskop voordeel nou vir Skotland. WP Nel wat hom inneem. Reguit in die middel van die veld nou Van Russell. Weer kry die bal uit daar na Darcy Graham toe, maar Suid-Afrika se verdediging wat fantasties hou op die oomblik. Ben White weer daar uit na Ferguson toe. Suid-Afrika oor hy bal, maar kry hom uit nie. Nou is dit weer Skotland wat aanval. Jack Dempsey, Sia Kolisi oor die bal. Kom terug vir Skotland tog. Nou Dave Sherry weer op die 22 meter stippellyn van Suid-Afrika. Is grond te bring daarso die Rory Dodge en daar's 'n strafskop vir Suid-Afrika. 'n Strafskop op die 22 meter lyn vir Suid-Afrika. Die bal wat vasgehou word. En Suid-Afrika wat hierdie bal nou kan uitskop. Skotland wat sal voel hulle was geroof van 'n 3 af daarso. Hulle het vinnig ingegooi van daai 50-22 af, maar die skynsregter wat niks wou weet nie. En van daar af Suid-Afrika se verdediging wat baie goed gehou het en nou 'n strafskop wen. 8 strafskoppe afgestaan deur Skotland, 5 deur Suid-Afrika. En die bal wat uitgeskop word daar deur Manny Libbok. Net so binnekant Skotland se gebied. 'n Geleentheid vir Suid-Afrika om weer aan te val. Kom ons kyk wat gaan Suid-Afrika kan doen van hier af. Suid-Afrika wat sal dringend na moet gaan kyk na 'n skopper vir hierdie wêreldbeker. Ons sal nie kan sonder 'n skopper gaan nie. Al moet ek weet nie waar gaan hulle maak hier. Manny Libbok het basies sy plek gesement daar op nommer 10, maar hy kan net die paal toe skop nie. Suid-Afrika wat die bal inneem daar van die lyn staan op Ponami wat die bal beheer daar in die losbalbeweging. Suid-Afrika wat stadig maar seker vorentoe bedryf. Van Staden wat nou op die veld is vir kollisie ook. Iemand Dwayne Vermeulen het die kapteinskap oorgeneem of miskien die Alendi. Suid-Afrika wat die bal wat uitkom daarso, maar hy kind die Arendse wat daarso oor die kantlyn trap en dit gaan 'n lyn staan vir Skotland wees. Suid-Afrika wat net die losbaalbewegings aan die gang kan kry hier op die oomblik nie. 14 minute se speeltyd wat oor is in hierdie wedstryd. Skotland wat die lyn staan het hierso op die 10 meter stippellyn binne hulle eie gebied op die oomblik. Dit word ingegooi daar deur Dave Sherry, Jamie Ritchie wat die bal vat, nou Ben White van Russell, sit 'n klein skoppie oor die kop daarso, maar baie goed gelees deur Jesse Krill. Hy word grond toe gebring op sy eie 10 meter stippellyn in die middel van die veld daarso. Faf de Klerk by die bal uitkry is Pieter Steff de Tooi, nou Libbok weer lang aangee, maar word geonderskep daarso deur Skotland, Blair Kingon, maar hy word baie vinnig grond toe gebring. So op die halflyn hierso. Skotland wat weer eens die bal het nou. Vaar het net so oor die halflyn, Ben White wat wag vir die bal weer eens. Kom terug daar, WP Nel wat hom vorentoe neem. Nou Ben White terug daarso, lang aangee. Hier's 'n bietjie spasie vir Duan van der Merwe. Duan van der Merwe maak dit op tot by die 10 meter stippellyn. Nou Ben White weer terug daarso na Richie Gray van Russell. Is Matt Ferguson wat grond toe gebring word. Op die halflyn, die bal wat uit is en Trevor Nyakane wat daai bal kry. Bal word uit sy hand uitgeruk, maar 'n strafskop daar teen Suid-Afrika. Die skeieregter wat sê die bal is uit en dan blaas hy teen Trevor Nyakane daar op die einde van die dag. Hy sal met sy mind opmaak. 13 minute se speeltyd oor in hierdie wedstryd. 13 minute se speeltyd oor in hierdie wedstryd. Skotland wat die bal veld afskop, so 15 meter buitekant Suid-Afrika se doellyn. En 'n geleentheid nou vir Skotland om terug te kom in hierdie wedstryd. Mens voel amper asof hulle sal moet gaan druk nou, as hulle enigstens nog 'n kans wil staan in hierdie wedstryd. Nog plaasvervangers op vir Skotland hierso. Bal wat ingegooi word en weer eens 'n flop daar in die lyn staan deur Skotland. Pieter Steff de Tooi wat hom oppik en hier kom Suid-Afrika nou. Maar aangeslaan weer deur Suid-Afrika en ongelukkig die hantering van Suid-Afrika wat hulle so 'n bietjie in die steek laat so. En is 'n skram vir Skotland. So net buite kan die 22 van Suid-Afrika. 11 minute of 12 minute se speeltyd wat oor is in hierdie wedstryd. Ons maak net daai klok gou reg daarso. 12,5 minute is 'n speeltyd wat oor is. Suid-Afrika wat net moet vasbyt hierso. 18 punte teenoor 3 op die oomblik. 18 punte teenoor 3. Skotland wat die bal gaan ingooi, hierso is al die prys wat op die veld is vir Skotland. Cameron Redpath ook. 12 minute is 'n speeltyd oor in hierdie wedstryd. Is ingegooi en die skynsregter gee strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. Oxnashire wat weer die oorhand daar het van WPNL en dit is 'n belangrike strafskop daar teen Skotland. Wat 'n wedstryd het Oxnashire nie so ver vandat hy opgekom het, nog nie een strafskop afgestaan nie en net ding het al 3 strafskoppe gewen. Daai bal wat gaan uitgaan so op die 10 meter stippellyn van Skotland. Suid-Afrika wat die bal gaan kan ingooi hier. Nog 'n driekie in die wedstryd is ons in 15 punte verskil op die oomblik. Kan Suid-Afrika dit doen? Baie mense het gesê ons moet pas op vir Skotland, maar vandag was daar net een span in hierdie wedstryd en dit is Suid-Afrika. Skotland se verdediging wat baie goed gehou het, Libbok wat vervang word daar deur Willie Leroux. So ek neem aan dat Damien Willemse na loskakel toe skuif met Willie Leroux wat heel agter toe gaan. Bonami wat ingooi, RG Snyman Faf de Klerk nou. Willems kry hom uit na Dialendi toe. Net oor die 10 meter stippellyn van Skotland nou. De Klerk wat hom weer eens uitkry daarna na Dwayne Vermeulen toe. Baie goeie verdediging deur Skotland en hulle steel die bal daar op die grond ook. En nou Skotland wat kan teenaanval hierso. Bal wat veld af geskop word deur Skotland, maar terug vir hom is Willemse. Binnekant sy 22, sit hom op die skoen en hy gaan hom uitkry so op die 10 meter lyn van Skotland weer eens. Wel. Van Russell wat nie lekker lyk daar nie. Hy het hom vasgeloop daar teen die Dialendi. Probeer die tackle maak, maar kom tweede af daarso. Baie goeie dryf daar deur Dialendi. Tyd wat af is op die oomblik. Dit gaan Skotland wees wat die lyn staan gaan hê hierso. Suid-Afrika wat baie goed lyk op die oomblik. Al is daar hanteerfoute, ons definitief die oppositie oordonder vandag en daar is nie 'n terugkomkansie vir Skotland vandag nie. Suid-Afrika wat baie goed lyk op die oomblik. Tyd is weer aan en 10 minute is 'n speeltyd wat oorbly in hierdie wedstryd. Sherry wat ingooi in sy springer en hier kom Van Russell nou uit daarso na Redpath toe. Duan van der Merwe wat nêrens heen gaan nie, word grond toe gebring deur Kitty Arends en Jesse Creel op die 10 meter stippellyn binnekant hulle eie gebied. Van Russell was hy bal aangeslaan deur Suid-Afrika, nee sê die skynsregter, speel aan die Eleni wat wegkom met die bal. So tussen die 10 meter en die halflyn nou, maar Skotland wat baie goed doen daarso, hou hom op en wen die skram daarso. So met 9,5 minute is 'n speeltyd oor hierso. Kom ons kyk of Skotland enigstens iets kan doen van hier af. Dit lyk asof Suid-Afrika dit kan maak. Mariaan van der Berg sê die Springbokke gaan 24-3 wen hierso. Maar net 'n klein aanslaantjie daarso deur dit toe lyk dit my waarvoor hulle terugkom. Clinton says we need 2 tries in 10 minutes to secure bonus point. Dink jy dit gaan nodig wees die Clinton op die stadium 'n wen belangriker as die bonuspunt? Maar kom ons kyk wat kan Skotland van hier af doen. Ali Price wat die bal gaan ingooi vir hulle hier in die skram. Opgepik daar deur Dempsey. Nou Redpath wat in die spasie en hardloop is Blair King oor die halflyn. Suid-Afrika se verdediging wat sal moet hou. Russell terug daar na Richie kry. Bal wat agter toe spat vir Redpath, sorry. En nou is dit 'n kans hierso vir Matt Fagerson as hy oor die halflyn kom vir Skotland. Jamie Barty wat vorentoe beer, maar hulle kom net nie verder nie. Van Russell uit na Cameron Redpath. Redpath wat amper opgaan tot daar by 10 meter stippellyn vir Skotland. Van Russell met die klein tikskoppie deur, maar terug vir dit was Willie Leroux en hy skop hom veld af en vind die kantlyn so tussen die 10 en die 22 van Suid-Afrika. Baie goed gedoen daar, net om die verligting te bring vir Suid-Afrika. Russell Grass het 'n 6 pond donasie gemaak. Dankie Russell. Thank you so much for that donation, Russell. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the support there. Right, kom ons kyk wat gaan gebeur hier. So 7.5 minute oor, sê die skynsregter. En die lyn staan wat weer eens baie wobbly is vir Skotland. Suid-Afrika se verdediging wat hulle net terugdruk elke keer. Hulle is op die halflyn nou is Skotland. Bal wat terugkom, Russell wat 'n lang aangee, hy gee daar na Redpath toe. Hy word vinnig rond toe gebring. Eindelik Ollie Smith daarso. Nou Fagerson wat vorentoe dryf. Bal wat gesteel word daar deur Suid-Afrika, lyk dit my. Ja, die bal wat uitkom nou Dwayne Vermeulen na Franco Mostert. Nou sit Cheslin Colby. Cheslin Colby is dwarsteer die gaping daarso op na die 22 gaan hy. Nou 10 meter van die doellyn af. Hy word grond toe gebring daarso. Nou de Klerk wat die bal uitkry na die Aleni toe. Franco Mostert wat vorentoe beer. 10 meter van die doellyn af. Nou Willie Leroux uit na Dwayne Vermeulen toe. Suid-Afrika wat vorentoe beer nou. So 10 meter van die doellyn af. Willie Leroux met 'n klein tikskoppie oor die kop daarso. Maar die merk wat gemaak word deur Duan van der Merwe. Weer eens 'n onnodige skop daar deur Suid-Afrika. En Duan van der Merwe wat die bal veld afskop. Willie Leroux wat terug is daarso vir daai bal. So op sy eie 10 meter stiplyn kry die bal uit daarna Willemse toe. Willemse wat nou gaan aanval, kry die skoppie weg daarso in die hande van Russell. Hy skop hom veld af. Willie Leroux wat terug gaan vir die bal. En dis oor die doellyn daarso oor die en hy druk hom dood vir 'n 22 vir 'n drop vir 'n goal line drop out. Anje Ber, dankie vir jou 5 pond donasie ook daarso. Waardeer opreg manne. Dit help die kanaal baie. Grant Williams wat op die veld kom vir Suid-Afrika. Om ons stop net die klok daarso, daar's nog so 6 minute se speeltyd oor in hierdie wedstryd. Faf de Klerk wat vervang word deur Grant Williams. 18 punte teenoor 3 met 6 minute se speeltyd oor in hierdie wedstryd. Afrika wat daai bal gaan nou skop van die doellyn af. Skop hom diep af in die hande van Cameron Red. Ja, van Dempsey daarso. Dempsey wat aanval. Hy maak dit tot so net oor die 10 meter stippellyn van Suid-Afrika. Van Russell weer. Bal wat uitkom, aangeslaan daar deur Hugh Jones. En Suid-Afrika gaan die skram hê so net so tussen die 10 en die halflyn binne hulle eie gebied. 5.5 minute oor. Ons kan definitief sê dat Suid-Afrika het hierdie wedstryd in die sakkie nou. 2-3 in die tweede helfte het dit gewen vir Suid-Afrika. Cheslin Colby wat amper dwarsdeur was daarso. Van Russell wat die tackle op hom gemaak het. En toe van daar af Willie Leroux wat besluit hy gaan 'n skoppie oor die kop sit. So onnodig. 18 punte teenoor 3 Lincoln vir Suid-Afrika. Daar is 4.5 minute se speeltyd oor hierso. Quentin sê 24-3. Nee, dit is 18 punte teenoor 3. Grant Williams wat die bal gaan ingooi. Dwayne Vermeulen wat daai bal hanteer daar agter. Nou Grant Williams wat hom uitkry, gaan die steelkant werk. Nou sit Willie Leroux, maar hy slaan hom aan. En hier is 'n geleentheid vir Skotland. Gaan hy die bal gaan uit oor die kantlyn so 10 meter van die doellyn af. Willie het nog net nonsens aangevang vandat hy op die veld is. Hy moet liewer sins maar 'n wedstryd begin as dat hy opkom as 'n plaasvervanger. Onthou, hy het so 15 minute nodig om aan die gang te kom. Maar Skotland wat amper daarso 'n 3 gaan druk, maar die bal wat uitgaan oor die kantlyn, Bonambi wat hom nou kan ingooi. 4 minute se speeltyd oor. 4 minute se speeltyd oor. Hierso RG Snyman wat die bal kry, maar Grant Williams het hom oppik en hy's dwars deur. Hier gaan Grant Williams. Grant Williams het ondersteuning nodig. Miskien dalk nie. Hy hardloop hom op tot so tussen die 10 en die 22 meter lyn, maar Skotland wat die bal afneem daar. En nou probeer hy teenaanval loods. Grant Williams wat so vinnig was daarso dat hy onder sy ondersteuning uitgehardloop het. En daar's 'n aanslag deur Skotland ook. So op die 10 meter stippellyn binnekant hulle eie gebied. Grant Williams, wat 'n wegbreek daarso van hom af, van sy eie doellyn af. Breek dwars deur. Wensveld op. Breek deur 2 verdedigers daarso, maar net nie die ondersteuning nie. En ja, miskien moes hy hom op die voet gesit het daarso en mag gejaag het. Maar ja, hy sal leer. Met ervaring sal hy bykom. Daar was 'n enkel tap op hom en dis hoekom hy grond toe gegaan het. Anders kon hy dalk net weggewees het. 2,5 minute is 'n speeltyd oor nou vir Suid-Afrika en hierdie wedstryd in die sakkie. 18 punte teenoor 3. Kan Suid-Afrika nog 'n 3tjie druk net om die wedstryd af te eindig hierso. Brou sê Grant is so vinnig soos Eskom om die afknoppie te druk. Ja, nee, daar is 'n goeie ene. Right, Suid-Afrika wat dan kry Grant Williams uit daarso na Willie Leroux toe. Grant Williams wat die aangee daarna Kit Jarens is baie power en is oor die kantlyn daar. So 2 minute is 'n speltyd oor. Kom ons kyk wat kan Skotland doen met hierdie bal. 18 punte teenoor 3 Suid-Afrika hier oor Skotland. So hulle gaan 'n skram vat as Skotland vir 'n vorentoe aangee. Anthony soos jy daar sê, net 1-3 just to rub it in. Maar ja, 18 punte teenoor 3. Ek is tevrede. Dis nou wel nie 'n bonuspunt wen nie, maar 'n wen is 'n wen. En dis 1 voet in die kwartfinale. Dis nou net om uit te vind teen wie dit gaan wees. Greg Kukamur says, "Guru, you did an excellent job again. Thank you, sir. Take some stress salts before the next one." Ek gaan dit nodig hê, Greg. I'm going to really need that. I might as well just take one now. There's a free kick to Scotland now. Maar hier gaan Skotland weer en dit's Duan van der Merwe uit daarna Cameron Redpath toe. Blair Kingon wat binnekant toe sny net oor die halflyn. Bal wat gaan uitkom vir Skotland nou net oor kant die halflyn van Suid-Afrika. Kan Skotland iets doen hier met die bal? Ali Price wat hom uitkry na Finn Russell toe. Strafskop voordeel nou vir Skotland. Hulle slaan hom aan en die skeieregter bring hulle terug vir die strafskop daar op die halflyn met so 30 sekondes se speeltyd oor. Skotland sal moet draai punte aanteken hierso op. Indien hulle dalk dit reg kry om vir Ierland te wen of Suid-Afrika verloor teen Ierland en hulle wen vir Ierland, ons weet nie. Daai punte verskil kan dalk groot wees. Kan 'n grootte wees. Lyn staan nou so 15 meter van die doellyn af vir Skotland. Tyd is verstreke in hierdie tweede helfte. Lyn staan geneem daarso deur Skotland. Is nie is 'n vryskop vir Suid-Afrika. Tyd is verstreke, so ek neem aan Suid-Afrika gaan hierdie bal net tik en uitskop. Sekerlik, hulle het niks meer om te bewys nie. Hulle kort nog 2-3 vir 'n bonuspunt. Hulle kan nie dit meer doen nie. So tik hom en sit hom uit. Dit is die final score hierso. Finale telling 18 punte teenoor 3. Wen die Springbokke vir Skotland hierso in die Orange Velodrome in Frankryk. 18 punte teenoor 3. 2-3 deur Suid-Afrika. Fantastiese vertoning in die tweede helfte. Van die eerste 20 minute van die tweede helfte. En 'n baie goeie wen. A great win for South Africa today. 18 points to 3. They've done it. And 1 foot into the quarterfinals they go. Don't know who to pick as man of the match, but all of them played really well. I think Cheslin Colby's the man of the match, and rightfully so, if that is the case. He had a really good game. So did Peter Sleftotoy and Jasper Wiese as well. But a brilliant win for South Africa. 18 points to 3 in the end. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It was incredible support from you guys as well. And looking forward to the next one, starting in about an hour and a half or hour and 20 minutes from now. So until then, guys, congratulations to South Africa. Andre, dankie vir jou donasie daar. Andre vra daar, so how do I get all of you to have a chat? I have a big platform on Facebook, so you can look me up on Facebook. I am the Rugby Guru SA. If you want to go and have a look there, Andre, you'll find me there, and you can just look for my private and send me a messenger or something. But thank you so much for the support as well, guys. Congratulations to the Boks. And until next time, and until then, guys, until the next one, I will see you in about an hour and 15 minutes from now. This is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.